Just 2 teaspoons, oh, 2 teaspoons, you ain't know. If the children crying for starvation, just 2 teaspoons. You want to get a news update, my brother, 2 teaspoons. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, 2 teaspoons. Politicians want to make their decision, just 2 teaspoons. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. You from Vonjema, Maryland, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. If you eat cake and graduate, my brother, 2 teaspoons. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. You wanna get a news update, 2 teaspoons. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon Bada. Skiddy bidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kudileo.
Todo spoon.
Yes, what you want?
Todo spoon.
Yes, what you want? Batileo.
Spoon television.
Yes, what you want? Batileo.
Spoon radio station.
Yeah.
Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Todo spoon to get your information. Todo spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just 2 teaspoons, oh, 2 teaspoons, you ain't know. If the children crying for starvation, just 2 teaspoons. You want to get a news update, my brother, 2 teaspoons. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, 2 teaspoons. Politicians want to make their decision, just 2 teaspoons. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. You from Vonjema, Maryland, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. If you eat cake and graduate, my brother, 2 teaspoons. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons. You wanna get a news update, 2 teaspoons. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? This one
Okay.
you back today, oh.
Spoon TV. Spoon
This one you back today, oh.
Okay, so folks, again, we want to welcome you to the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. We're here live on Spoon TV. We're live on Fabric TV and on Super TV as well. We also streaming to you live on YouTube at Spoon Talk Live. I want to say thank you for always making up time to join us here on the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. My name is Nelson Colette, and we have the link out there in the comment section. As you know, this is a platform that gives a voice to every single Liberian, and it doesn't matter your political affiliation, it doesn't matter the political party you support. Here, you get to have the opportunity to talk about your political views, your take on the happenings in the country. You get to sell your political candidates, and we do all of that right here on the platform, the late night show. So I want to say welcome, welcome to our folks in the comment section. I see a lot of you have joined us. We ask you to kindly share the show as you come on tonight, so we have a great conversation. I see Felicia Besa says she's falling from Minnesota. And I see Robert Ifa. Thanks for joining us, Robert. Gloria Passaway. Thanks for joining us. Let me say welcome to all of you joining us tonight. Gloria says she's here. I see Godwin. Godwin, thanks for joining us. Mustafa Kemokai, Josh Walker. Yes, I see Josh. That's Edward Cooper as well. Edward Cooper has joined the show tonight. Guys, we want you to share the show, share the platform as you join us. Garnet S. James, thanks for joining us. Kumba Momo, thanks for joining us as well. Clarence S. Clarence, Barbara D, thanks for joining us. So let's have a great show here tonight. Let me post the link again in the comment section. We're gonna have a representative from Dr. Monomat's camp. Yeah. The guy Sankara is going to be joining us tonight. He's going to be talking about Dr. Monomat. We hope to have the guys from the other camp. CPP, Mr. Cummings is represented here on the show. Councilor Tiawan Gonglo is represented here all the time. We hope to have guys from Madam Sarah Yanti Beslo. What's the name of the party? African Liberation League, and all the different political parties coming on here. So we have a great conversation because it is about Liberia. If you can't sell your candidate, your platform to the people, what is the best time to do it than now? And that's why it's important for everyone to come on here. I see Sandy is brushing up. I don't know whether I should just bring him on camera on aware. No, I will not do that because I don't want to be held in contempt by the CPP folks. But let me say welcome to everyone. Let me bring in my co-moderator, Moba Zokia. Moba, thanks for joining us. Yes, so let's have a great conversation tonight. Share the show as you come on, because this edition of the late night show, you just can't afford to miss. All right, so Moba, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you.
At a point, I thought you were sleeping on me.
No. I'm not home. I'm not to my working place. I keep for some kind of error, but I will stay attend the show for maybe 2 hours. Yeah.
Because I see your background is different. I see a different
that's
background.
true. That's true.
And,
yeah.
Okay.
So I was today,
that's
brother.
good. Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah.
well, and I'm glad to be here again.
I ain't get my computer. I ain't get nothing. So only my phone.
Oh, so you're using your phone, right?
Yeah. This is my phone,
Listen. That's the power. That's the power of technology, right?
Yeah.
Back then, to even appear on a TV, and all of those things, you needed all the
Difficult,
very
of
big
course.
gadgets. To make
Mhm.
a phone call, you needed some big device somewhere. But now you have your camera,
Yep.
you have your communication, your regular communication. You have your watch. You have what other thing? You have audio recorder.
Everything.
Just everything in one gadget called cell phone.
Yeah.
So you can.
If even I come and bring my computer, right, I could stay connected to the Wi-Fi, but I left it in my car,
Yeah.
and I took a Uber and stuff. So from here, I going back
Okay.
to work. Yeah, just an error I came to run
Yeah.
for the job, and stuff. But everything fine. I'll be on the show for maybe 2 hours.
Okay. So, but Monoba, listen, Dr. Dr. Monoba's guy is gonna be here.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah,
how do you call
that's
him?
welcoming. Actually, that's welcoming.
This guy, what's his name? Sankara. Thomas Sankara Johnson is expected to join us tonight. So we want to have the platform open to everyone. And we hope we can have the guys from the other political parties coming on. Yeah, so this is not a unity party show per se. No, this is a show for everyone. Every single Liberian out there.
Every mini Liberian.
Yeah.
Yep.
So once you mean well for the country, you can come on here. But let me just go across and start to bring in some of the guys. I see Sheikh Sharif. Okay, let me bring the broom man today, because the way the man advancing, the broom towards me is something scary, man. I gotta bring the guy on.
No,
thanks for joining us, Toure. Thanks for joining us, man, brother. Okay. What? You cut your microphone off? Councillor Tiawan Gonglo says you cut it off.
The man mute.
Yeah, he's muted. That's what I'm asking. I don't know. Is it a silent presentation tonight, Toure? What's going on?
You on mute. You on mute.
Let me. You are muted, Toure. We're not getting you.
Nelson, sorry, man. Hey, Nelson, what's up, guys? Gentlemen, you have to understand with everything that was, because I followed the show throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
I followed the show throughout the day, so I'm already familiarized with the topics. Because obviously, what did discuss on the 4 p.m. show, at least for us here in America, it comes on at 4 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. So I mean, look, it's sad, man, and I know we're gonna take our time, ready to talk about some of these issues.
Yeah.
But man,
listen, it's gonna be interesting tonight. You guys are gonna have the time to sell your candidates, and we just go and open the lines for the people to talk. Not much talking here tonight. You guys will have the time to sell your candidates. You already followed the discussion tonight. Interestingly, from the Spoon Talk, not too many people get to have the opportunity to call in and speak of their mind, because yes, the time is limited and so forth. So yeah, here they will have the opportunity to do that. But again, I want to say welcome. Thanks for trying to locate the broom somehow, some way, and you have the broom. The broom is fully represented on the show. I see Sherry is looking somewhere else, and I just brought him on. Sherry, welcome. Sylvester, welcome.
Yeah, Jay, how you brought shirt on? I mean, Vakaba on, wearing shirt.
No, listen. You know what? Bless that guy. We're wearing live.
I'm telling you. I was like,
look, hey, it was the people were gonna see my sis. They were gonna see my sis pack, bro.
Next time will be something different.
If they want to see, I can show them.
Oh. No, you on TV. Don't try it. Don't try that. Imagine the guy was doing something else. So I say, I'll bring this guy on. I'll bring him on somehow. I'll bring him on. But I want to say welcome, Raymond. Cindy, welcome. Prince, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, my people. Hello.
Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, boss. I can hear you, Raymond.
Hello, brother Sandy.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Hi, Ray.
Yeah, man.
Hi, Prince.
I'm not speaking any standard English. Today I will speak my colloquial to my people.
There you go.
No, we really are straight.
No,
I can read.
He found out that all that English he be speaking is not relating to the people, so he got to change it.
So today now we bring it down to our people.
This is the reason why we be telling you. You're the
you see Samuel be backstage. Samuel be backstage.
The level that they understand. Don't be speaking at LU.
Listen,
I'm not even go to LU, so I'm not speaking LU.
Okay, see now, you see, you guys are so disconnected from Liberia. You guys are so disconnected from Liberia. That terminology, LU, when you say that to any typical Liberian, they understand what I mean.
But I know what I mean.
Samuel, why you are making flower from past stage? You are already past stage. We hear you making flower from past stage.
The man a flower. The man say, "I was like, man, I want premium." My man, so got that man.
How that flower been but today's show, we really got to speak our mind because the interest of Mama Liberia and its citizen. Too much mess going on in the country that we need to speak about because the entire war, the 15 years of civil war, some all went through a lot. And we cannot be living in another man's country here and they're looking at us that we are figure-headed people. When we burn Jacko Lantern today, that fire today on the talk show. The criminals them and leave that country. Yeah.
I got a question for you. What part of Banavia you grow up there?
What? You don't just call the name Samuel Gué.
So Ture, this is my question to you. Is the Broom Camp trying to take Jefferson Koji's job?
You said?
Is the Broom Camp trying to take Jefferson Koji's job?
You just call that name. You just call that name Samuel Gué.
Jefferson Koji's job.
I grew up in the Banner, right behind Eroti, behind the Kingdom House. That's where my father had his place.
Okay.
Raymond, even to you take that job, it much preferable.
F8.
It'll be much preferable than Jefferson Koji.
Oh, Prince, say that again. Because
okay, so gentlemen, we gotta
take that job. It'll be much preferable.
Who is from F8? Who is the person from F8?
Who's from F8? We gotta move on.
That's Sandy from F8.
We gotta move on. I want to say thanks to everyone for making up time to be here tonight. I see there are other folks in the background, Godwin, Rudolph, but we will, along the show, make space for them so that they can come on and be able to have their say. Dr. Monoma's guy is finding it difficult to log in, you know. These are the people who...
Listen, I'll supporting someone who know rhetoric. So anybody that study rhetoric, they put a support, they don't know nothing about internet. I may suffer. That's when I can't on. Because of blind coming to
what's up, Fakoli,
no.
what's up?
Molba, I think we should pray for an internet service to be put into you can come on so we can get him. Advices that where Molba stands right now in the race. That's all. Let him come. Let him keep trying. Let him keep trying. You'll come on.
So where Molba staying?
So let me say.
Where Molba staying?
My man, leave me
no. You're not starting the show like that tonight. You're not starting the show like that tonight.
Where Molba staying? So I want to know where Molba staying.
Oh man, leave me by you. I mean, I'm plow you. I'll call my brother. Send it for you. Send it by you.
And I even pay attention to what Sylvester saying. Just go down the water.
So again, I want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight. So like I said, so we'll go to the rule now. We're starting the show officially now. As you guys know, we have a rule here on the show. When it's not your turn, you kindly mute, cut your microphone off so that we don't have that feedback. And then next is that we're encouraging the females to join us. Ami was on the show last night. We had our sister Fatima on the show as well. It was a great conversation. Marie Keto, thanks for joining us. We hope you can join us. I see Bindu Masakwe. We hope you can join us as well. All the females on here, you guys have to come on, join us, and let's have a great conversation here tonight. So, like I said, we're going to move straight into the show. First thing is that a lot of you followed the happenings. We've been talking about this drug situation for a couple of days now. There are recent developments on this every single day along the way. And another discussion we're going to bring back, because we've started to obtain some documents, some pieces of information. There are some updates we are going to come back with, is the issue that has to do with the sale of Liberian passports to foreign nationals. There are more details coming up on that. We are going to be unleashing that very soon, but not for today's show. So today we're going to afford all of you here on the show to have your say on this issue that has to do with the drug situation in our country. From yesterday's show, it was established that the substance in question, it was established that it is meth, a very dangerous substance that makes people to be very, 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 very violent. It has some lasting effect as well. And so we talked about that last night, but a lot of you followed the show today, and you know that there are developments, there are more developments coming on that. And so we're gonna have all of you, we're gonna give you the time to speak out on that issue, and then we'll move on to afford you the time to sell your candidates, and after that we'll go to the lines. It's not going to be much talking here tonight. So we'll start with you, Moba. You're going to do your closing and everything. We're going to give 3 minutes across the board for everyone to just move on with their opening.
Nelson,
Yeah,
Nelson, please. I know I muted myself. Moba, can you please let me go in first because I'm about to go on parole, please?
Good, yeah.
Yes, if it's cool with you, please.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon to you all on the panelists. I mean, it's another wonderful day to be back again to discuss the issue that affects our people and even affect us in the U.S. and around the world. Good morning to my Liberian people in Liberia. I followed the show today from 4 o'clock all the way up to 8:45, and people spoke their dialect, and people spoke about what is going on today. The pieces of evidence that were released today. You know, God does not love ugly. Liberia has suffered on the Jowett regime a lot. So information will keep coming up irrelevant to the particular drugs issue. When we spoke 2 days ago, and I said that if you see that the information that came up did not go to the police, did not go to the Joint Security, did not go to the NSA, it went directly to the AFL because there were big hands involved in it. Today, we got evidence that was saying that, oh, alleged. Ain't nothing more alleged. It's been a burn out drugs in the country. It's nothing but alleged. You see invoices, you see the time of the flight arriving, you see the time of the communication. So what more there to say? But I asked the American government to please don't allow Finabondo in this country to the G Summit. She must remain in Liberia until further investigation to tell you that nothing will go on because Finabondo is the second person in command to Joshua. You are only there as vice president, but anything Finabondo says, that's the founder. But we'll wait tomorrow for the release of that recording from the phone call about the way van to where it should be taken for the Liberian people to be convinced that this is what Finabondo is doing to the people, the young generation of Liberians, including that 13-year-old little girl that we will talk about just last night. Now, every time someone think about it, it's frustrating. Once again, I hear here, and I will keep following the show until I get back. Thank you, Marwa.
All right, thank you. All right, let me stop. You got to know my boy Nelson still to the back. Nelson, you can hear up?
Yes, I'm making some adjustments. You can just handle things, Moba. You can take over.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think somebody need to mute. We can hear someone snoring.
Yeah, I think everybody mute beside me. But no one's snoring anyway. So, all right. You know, general guys, we are every night. We are every day discussing the Liberian people issues and why it's unfolding in our country. You know, Liberia now is on a death row. Liberia is in a separate thing. Now, the only people that can rescue Liberia is the Liberians who live in Liberia. All we can do, we can only preach the message to them. It left with them to take it or to leave it. But we believe our people are listening to our voices every day, in the morning, in the evening, in the night. They're listening to our voices and they're making a right decision. You know, they just issue before, you know, as I said yesterday, right? Like they got methamphetamine, right? I know about that drugs because, you know, I pay more time, you know, going through the stuff, all the type of drugs, all the type of narcotics and stuff, the one that infect a human being. The methamphetamine, that drugs that the Liberian people taking for granted that were discovered to the airport. Because of that drugs, war could easily come in Liberia. Because if you take that drugs, if you see your friend human being like an animal, you don't even know that human being from you will do what you want to do before you get to know what you're doing. So that how far the government has come to subdue our people. That drugs we're talking about, that methamphetamine, is a drug that make you numb. You do things, you don't even know what you're doing. So my question to the Liberian people tonight, will you guys accept this government that bringing drugs upon you to destroy your children? This government, this George Manningwea government that bringing those drugs to cause chaos among the young people, and they will say that opposition. My parents honor my voice, my brother, my sisters, my grandmother, my grandfathers honor my voice to their own radio line in Liberia. You're listening well. You're analyzed for yourself. The drugs were made to destroy your children. And then you're talking about going vote back, Jawia? I beg you, my people. Liberia is the only country we have. If God forbid 100 times, 1 million times, if you're re-elect George Manningwea back to power, you are going back to the dark days. Because the support you're getting today from the United States of America, America will cut that support into 10%. They will only give you 10%, the banana 90%, America, that's set on it. And guess what? Our brother and sister who honor the root of Liberia to travel, it will be difficult. It will be difficult for them. Because that passport is no more value in the world. That passport is not valued in Africa. Liberians honor our voice, right? You guys got to sit down and think. The drugs, the identical drugs, were made to destroy your children. That drugs were imported in our country. If after the election, maybe when they gave the result, if in any opposition favor, the people plan was to distribute the drugs to those guys and put it on the street to go cause chaos and murder peaceful citizens. Is that plan? You think we know? We get people who explain, who tell all those things. You tell Cruz you're not attack somebody, you sit down, you bought the wall, you hear something. It's bad. Nobody say Cruz is good. No, it's bad. Any type of narcotic drug is bad. More especially the one that can make people to do harm to other individuals. But the methamphetamine, right? Yeah, let me that conclude. Hey, my brother, man. Okay, let me that conclude. The methamphetamine we're talking about today, right? That drugs get infected. Even the person that's taking it get infected within your nervous system. It can damage you. But let me conclude on this. We got a message for you guys. The only man that can change that country, the only man that can set the economic system, the security, the medical system is Joseph Yimabwaka. The only man that know all the holes that can bring joy back to Liberia is JMB. I submit. Today.
Yeah,
I just hope we get plenty time like that too.
And to the panelists, man.
How many time I give?
Thank you guys for your continuous show of commitment to the Liberian people. And to our viewers, I want to say good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Guys, this is what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to put this broom down for a minute, and I'm going to pick it up right after. But what I'm about to talk about is bigger than the broom. And I think it's bigger than any one of us platform here, guys. This is about the soul of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, there's times in life where your own aspiration and ambition becomes minimum to what you actually should be striving for. We are in a very, very deep situation. If we all can agree on one thing here on this platform, is the fact that President George Manuel Weah has been a abysmal failure. That President George Manuel Weah does not have what it takes to transition Liberia into the nation that we all aspire to have Liberia in. And if that's true, then what are we wasting our time? The president now have subjected the Liberian to so many suffering as if that was not enough. Now the president now is trying to bring something else onto the Liberian people, which is drugs. Liberia is not ready for this. Our security is not ready for this. Our economy is certainly not ready for this. We have a country, I live in a country, the great United States. Do you know how many, I mean, my man Sandy live close to a bordering nation. You know exactly how much billions of dollars the U.S. custom, the U.S. government put into combating drugs. Liberia, we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the technology. We don't have the money. We don't have the health facility to even revive somebody that is going through a severe addiction. We don't have absolutely nothing. And this is why when people making decisions to electing leaders, you want to factor in every bit of it. President George Manuel Weah, from the beginning, I knew that this man was not ready. Everything that's happening right now, I don't want to just come out and say I knew it. Because if I say people say to move from man, you know, so say you to tell us he knew that this was going to be this bad. But I tell you guys, I knew that was going to be bad. Because I've been a leader myself. I work in a leadership role. Right? I oversee almost 65 employees every single day. I know how tough it is. You deal with so many personalities. So you have to go for school for this. You have to learn this. You can't just take somebody and make them president of a whole nation. All right? So as we sit here getting ready for election, ladies and gentlemen, we all know, what are you from UP? You're from ALP? You're from CPP? Liberia's soul is at stake. We need to, every one of us, like I said, I just dropped my broom. I'll pick it up later on. We have to really, really sell this idea to our people that any of these candidates on these ballots is better than, can do far better than President John Manuel Weah ever can. And that should be what we should be selling. Any of these candidates, I know for a fact Tian Gonglo is the best among the bunch, but any other candidate can do a far better job, more than what President George Manuel Weah have subjected us to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I didn't thank you for tonight. Time.
Savia, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, people in radio land, in TV land, and good morning to some people who are just waking up. It's just great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to be here. I mean, I'm not going to talk a lot about these drugs. I mean, we have said enough. Talking is not doing. I'm a more practical person. You know, we can talk all day, and if we don't do anything, and as I said previously, this is not a one-man thing. No one person can face this drug issue. No candidate here can tell me, say, I am the best person I can do. It's a global issue. This is a national issue that everybody, even the market woman are selling down Waterside, has to be a part of it so that we can eradicate this deadly substance from our communities in our country at large. I'll stop there.
Thank you. Sharif.
Yeah, thanks again for a 40-minute time. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to our people and our listeners, and also the people watching. And good morning to our people back in Liberia. When I think about these drug issues, there's one thing that just crossed my mind is or just one question I keep asking myself: where is the patriotism? Because that's the only thing that's the only way that I can put it. Where is the patriotism? Because if you are patriotic to your nation, you love your nation, why will you indulge in certain behavior? Why will you allow to bring substance to a nation that's going to destroy your people? Why will you bring something to the nation that's going to destroy the fabric of a nation? Why are you going to bring something that's going to cause the brain dream of a nation? Why will you bring a substance to a nation that is going to send your country back hundreds of years? Where is the patriotism? If you love your nation, you will not love to do any harm to that nation. If you love your family, you love someone dear to you, you will not put that person in a harm way. So, my Liberian people, when we voted for George Weah 2017, one of the key terms that came to the community or to us that we're discussing everywhere, we were saying that George Weah loved the country. He has the country at heart. To translate that into a word, we basically meant that this man was very patriotic based on some of the historical facts we had. But how do you call it patriotism? Does this man love the nation? If you love a nation, you swear to serve that nation. You put that country first. You make sure that anything that's harmful to that nation or any person that comes in a way to harm that nation, that person will be fully dealt with. We saw in the case of this drug issue that's been going on. This is not the first time. Aren't you sad when you see your fellow Liberians in the street? Someone that could have been an engineer, someone that could have been a pastor, someone that could have been a director, someone who could have been an office teacher, someone who could have been a nurse, a school teacher, I'm sorry, someone who could have been a nurse, someone who could have been a doctor, someone who could have been a police officer or a military to save lives, or someone who could have been like a clerk. To see that person walking the street, being destroyed by drugs. You see underage children that's supposed to be in school that are being involved in prostitution simply because of the aftermath of the drug usage. Are you proud of that? Are you proud that your country going to reach to a level where that will be compared to countries in the world like Mexico in terms of like a drug smuggling, or in terms of when our name will be synonymous to drugs?
Time.
Where Liberians, when you travel around,
Mega, 1 more minute. Quiet.
When you travel around, your passport is being scrutinized to the max. Is that a nation that we want to live in? My Liberian people, put your love of George Weah aside. Put Liberia first. Liberia comes for Liberia is a common denominator. George Weah may come and go. Joseph Boakai may come and go. Alexander Kumi may come and go. Liberia will stay. Think about the future of your children. Imagine one of those children that you call today Zogo was your brother, was your sister, was your aunt, was your uncle.
Tell us second.
What will you think?
Sorry.
Think about that. Think about Liberia. Put Liberia first. Think about Liberia first. Let's love Liberia. This drug issue is an epidemic that is affecting the entire nation. It's not going to take an individual to resolve this problem. It's going to take we have to take a holistic approach, which will involve an entire government and entire nation. We all got to get involved.
Thank you.
Liberian people, we need competence in office. It's going to come and minimize the issue that we are experiencing. This is why we are asking you, vote Joseph Nyuma Boakai. He might not be the solution for everything, but with collective effort, we all can do our best, and then we can curtail this issue that we are experiencing today. Thank you.
Ramon. 3 minutes, Chief.
Once again, we are here, not because this is our favorite place, but because our nation is in a critical moment, in a state of emergency. And all well-meaning people will have to contribute their quota to get us from where we are. One of the issues that are affecting us among so many is the issue of the proliferation of narcotics in our street. The effect is so much that we cannot even afford to think about. The economic costs, like my brother Ture alluded to, if we have to go after people who brings in narcotic, and mind you, the business of illicit drugs is a lucrative business. It makes people rich overnight. So all those doing it will even defend it with their lives. And the first things they do, they get weapons and they go after people to protect their line of business, illegal line of business. So it's going to take a lot of the country that is already dying and plunge in poverty from taxpayers' money to combat drugs, to be very vigorous and rigorous at our very border points, and even to clear out ghettos. The cost, the work it has to take the law enforcement, and the financial cost, the economic. Those young men who are affected by this narcotic, they become unproductive in society. In fact, they become very harmful to society. Some of the guys who even selling drugs will start selling guns to them because they want the business to continue. So they will use those guns to rob you and take the little that you have, sell it because they want to support their hobby. Addiction is a crazy thing. It's very demonic. And beyond that, you know, people who are supposed to go to school, be productive, they got skills, and even people who are very productive, after a while, when things are so prevalent, they can lay hands on, some good-looking people might even just slip into that crack. It takes away from the productivity of society. But let me not dwell on that more tonight, my people. The thing that's most important tonight is how can we correct this? What's the way forward? The problem is so much. We can spend an entire month discussing the effects of George Weah leadership, poor leadership that have caused to this country. And who are the names that we're hearing associated with narcotics today? Fina Bondo. Who's Fina Bondo? George Weah, handbag woman. Everywhere he is, she's there. So how can you not associate the president with this?
Roman, 30 seconds.
Sorry?
30 seconds.
It's not even possible to discuss this thing with the government. He's not in it because who bringing it in? Where they coming from? How it going around and nobody can see it. But the common people in the street can see it, but the government, that got plenty of people employed, plenty of police officers, none of them can see it. But any ordinary person can take the small money and go to the place they can buy it from them. I mean, the government ain't inside, not possible. What we need to do, my people, number two, the old men, everybody say, oh, that young men causing the trouble to us. We never had the amount of drugs in our country before, but we put a young man there. It is what it is today. We need an older man who has integrity, who knows the value of life, who have grandchildren and children and who want them to see them like this, who have lived responsibly, have served in government with no trouble on your heads.
Thank you, Roman.
It's better that we come up in our numbers to march against this proliferation of drugs and tell this president and his gang that he has created that is the end for them. And let's go on October 10th and vote number 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Sandy.
Yeah, so my people, hello, your good evening. So tonight, I will try to talk to you in Kolokwa. We got a BB English in here. The people say we will try to bring it down some more so our people can hear all well. So they can hear all correct. Now, when it comes to the issue here, the thing about drugs that we're talking about here, the drug issue, we know that big problem for Liberia. You know, we are people say that man heading brigade on us. In fact, they say it started with Chantila. But when government come in power, government get something they got to do for their people. They call it responsibility. That means something that you mean that not good, you try to face it so you can make it good for your people. But instead of them making it good, when they draw issue, they say they mean it there. Instead of them facing it, so the Liberian people cannot deal with it, so it can't kill our young people. In fact, they make it a big problem. You can see now today around Monrovia, our young boys, our young girls, they are all taking drugs. They dropped in here a few days ago when it came up from the airport. We all talk about it. They say that loud. The people at the airport, they say that loud. They say that tea, the tea are drinking, that they say that the tea they bring to you so you can drink. Now the people went inside it, they check behind it. We know now that tea, that drug. That drug, Moba said it. Moba finished saying it. Moba said that drug, it can even kill people more. It's too bad, it's bad than the first drug that are already in the country. So what are people trying to do to our people now? Every country, in any country, the thing you depend on the most are your people. In English, they say resources. In any country, your big resources are your people, especially your young people that are coming up. Now, they're the one you depend on now to grow your country, to make sure your country continue to grow. But then when you give it the young people now drugs to kill them, then how your country will grow? They dropped in here that big problem. That big problem. In the first place, our hospital, there's no medicine there. No medicine there. Then they're bringing drugs so that our young people will get sick. Then how we even take care of them? And in fact, in our country, we not even get people, we not get plenty of people that they went to school, they train them to take care of people that had drug problem or mental health problem. In like, bro, say crazy people. That kind of people that taking drugs and have craziness. In America, here we say mental health. You need people that went to that kind of school, behavioral health specialists, to take care of that kind of people. We don't got that kind of people in Liberia that are trained to do that kind of work. But still, our government bringing drugs to kill them. What kind of problem our people see in the government hands on now? They're not bringing medicine to treat our man, our partner, but they're bringing drugs so that our young people will die from it. That's why the man here we call Mr. Cummings, Arizona Cummings. That's why Arizona Cummings coming here to face the whole thing. Arizona Cummings say, my people, me pa, I know how to go fight the people that are breaking the drug. He said the first thing me pa I will do, I will go catch them. Then when I catch them, I will put them in jail. Then we will make sure they will not bring drugs again. We will catch them first. When we finish catching them, then our young people now that finish taking drugs that are all on the street, then we will find a way to treat them. We will find the people that are trained to treat them. That's what Mr. Cummings said. Mr. Cummings said that I will bring a real good medicine now, the good medicine that will take care of our people. That's why we're telling you, the election year that coming, your please vote Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings get big sense then that will make Liberia good. Oh. The other people, they go. Ome Buaka are good. Maybe I let my Ome Buaka bene. But I want Ome Buaka to enjoy his retirement. Let him sit down, enjoy his retirement. Mr. Cummings will get him big package. He will retire good. He will live long too. But we need Mr. Cummings to be the president so that our country can move forward. They draw in here, we will end it. Education, our children will learn good book.
Thank you.
Our hospital then will be better. But you know, Joe, we shouldn't even vote him. Let us not go around Joe. Thank you.
No, let's give Cindy additional 20 seconds to conclude.
Thank you. The budget rushing me.
No problem. Hey man, I'll get it, man.
The budget rushing me. No. You not get good message to tell the people.
You go 4 minutes, my man. You go 4 minutes. So, but no problem. Go.
The people want to hear me. Don't be talking. I'm talking here.
Okay, quiet.
So what we telling you, like, bro, people. Mr. Cummings now, then Mr. Cummings, man, he know plenty good people that can fight the drugs thing. Mr. Cummings can bring people that will bring us job, work, So that our people, they will get something to do. When our people, they get good job now, they're working, they're getting paid, they're getting small money on time. Then now, they will not even focus on taking drugs or going to beg other people and go steal from people. Now, when Mr. Cummings said they drug thing here, I will fight it, but I will also bring work. I will bring job to our people. He said, I know people that will bring private job so that we will not all depend on government job. My people, that why Mr. Cummings need to be president. Mr. Weah, let's forget about Weah. Mr. Weah lied to us. We used to like him before too, but now let's forget about him. And let's vote Mr. Cummings. Thank you, yeah.
Thank you. The CPP representative on the show. You know, what a mentor that colloquy from.
But
I want to say thank you.
I'm diversified.
Let's go to our brother Siddiqui. Siddiqui, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here on the late night politics.
But
we want to hear from you.
Question for Sandy, man. Even the colloquy, you got to be really off script.
No. Listen. That is to tell you that Cindy doesn't read from a script because
I finished proving it to them.
That's actually where he's talking.
And Sandy, for correction, DMB doesn't need handout. He doesn't need big handout. He wants something that he deserves.
I told my own, you told your own, forget it. You know, I'm not your correct.
Let's retirement package. Retirement.
We don't need it. We don't need something free.
Thank you.
But listen. Okay, Siddiqui, I'll come to you. I don't want you guys to take offense in this thing. Even now, JMB is still receiving a retirement package in 10 years. So there's nothing wrong with retirement.
No, he said.
When you heard President George Weah say the car again, I mean, listen. When you heard President George Weah said the car the man riding, that mean give it to him. I carry the man to the hospital. You know, these are some of the things. So there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what? Nothing.
Yeah.
We create an enabling environment for Cummings to continue selling sugar water and make millions out of it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you've been drinking sugar water on this very show. But thank you. Let's go to
sugar water. I drink juice, man. That's sugar water.
But sugar water, what was it different from Coke and
100% juice? No adding.
Go ahead, Siddiqui. Let's hear you. Siddiqui, which party you represent on the show?
ANC. That mean ANC, man.
No ANC.
Yeah, ANC, brother.
CPP.
Okay, go ahead.
The man from ACO.
Not ANC. Can we make that correction?
Okay, we have CPP. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
So Nelson, thank you very much. It's good to be here again. And what I want to say to our Liberian people is that we are in a very crucial time. And I listened to all of you talk about the JOS issue, which is very critical and concerning to every one of us. But one of the things we have failed to make emphasis on is that, you know, the Liberian people, every year we sit in this country, we elect people on the basis of tribe, sentiment, political party, popularity, and then the story remains the same. Certain group of people just sit in and pretend to be the savior and the messiah for the Liberian people. And then the moment they get there, they continue to do the same thing. This same JOS issue, without trying to shift blame on anybody, the same existed 12 years ago. But guess what? The same people now coming to you, the Liberian people, that you should bring them, they will face it. Or they will rescue it. Can you imagine that? And let me say something to my brother Vakabine. He said something that is very terrible tonight. That any of the candidates that are contesting can be a better president than George Weah. Hey, my brother, let's not do that to our people. Whoever thought that today we will be celebrating Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because of the mistake we made in 2017? So are you telling the Liberian people that we should make the same mistake simply because we don't want George Weah in office? Yes, George Weah has fear our people. He needs to go. But not just anybody we should just handpick and bring to the presidency of our country. Let's look at people record, my Liberian people. The other people, 12 years, they did nothing.
Some of them have been in government for 40 plus years. They have no record to show. How can you vote for somebody based on sympathy? Not feel sorry for the men are old men, that just give it to him, how dare you? Where in this world, people elect people on the basis of sympathy? Malabran people would deserve better. Let's look at people's record. We have a saying in Labrador, they say when the Christmas will be good, you will know it from the eve. This is not a child play. Do not feel sorry for somebody and put yourself in danger.
So listen. Don't we talking about the drug issue? You deviating from that drug issue.
Yeah,
but are you saying here? Are you saying here? No, Siddiqui. No, guys, no. I'll not hesitate to put people in the back who trying to, interrupt here. Siddiqui, are you saying here a vote for Baka will be a sympathy vote? Is that the line you're trying to push here? Now, because we're talking about the drug issue.
Nothing. A lot of people spoke, and they check on the drugs issue. They make that point, make that case to the laboratory. And even somebody spoke here, they choose not for the drugs issue. They deal with the message they wanted to send across, and that was it. And so the time is allocated to me. Please allow me to use that time. Please.
Okay, go ahead. The time is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The mega 1 more minute.
You interrupted.
My man, every money.
No, Mama, relax.
Mama,
give our brothers a chance.
I look at the time, my man.
Morba for 10 minutes.
No,
Morba, in the presence of Nelson, your authority has just been.
No, but the point here is when Cindy or Siddiqui or Josh or any of those other guys are speaking, Morba is conflicted at that point.
No. But my brother said it about 5 minutes. Send it about 5 minutes.
So Siddiqui conclude in 1 minute 30 seconds. So we'll go to the next person.
And I hope I'm not going to be cut off. Thank you very much again. What I want to say, Nelson, is this. This is not in particular attack to Joseph Barker or Unity Party. But this is about saving the soul of our country. I think one of the speakers talking about that we should put, I think it was Vakabine, when you talk about putting the broom down and speaking as a Liberian, not as a supporter of Teron Gungu. So this is about saving the soul of our country. And so that is why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking, that we should not put our country in danger. Nelson, think about this. People that be in government. Look, I always say this example. If you rent a room, you sleep in a room, you don't have a mattress, you sleeping on the floor, God bless you. You buy a mattress, that mattress go down. And then you want to buy a new mattress. Will you put that old mattress outside and go back on the floor? No. You will be there. When God bless you, you get a new one, you put it over outside. Liberal people made a decision in 2017 that they don't want certain people. So what make you think that bringing those people back now will be a change? And then somebody can any of them tell us, this is what the Kennedy have done, this is what you're going to do, or what, the policies.
Thank you.
Of course, they can tell us. But
thank you.
My point to people here is that let's vote for people. And the reason of all these draws things is because we don't vet people before voting for them. At the end of the day, we see ourselves in mess. George Weah, people told us that George Weah was not competent for the presidency. We say, we let him man. You know, boy, you don't know, boy, will vote for you. Now, the same thing we're doing today. You say the men not all you vote for you. Possible Jeremiah presidency. This is what
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Siddiqui.
So which candidate are you pushing?
Let's move to no. Listen, Sherry, don't
hold on,
brother against no. Unity Party
announce today.
No, wait.
No, Nelson, man, let me speak to you. I'm trying to speak to you.
Yeah, I should announce.
Nelson, let me speak to you.
Yes.
Please announce that there are certain people who got privilege to speak as long as they want to, because we all got a sense of time. When you think we don't understand what you're doing, Cindy spoke the longest. You
see, here you are now. You're about to give to
just give to them. And the next thing I want to talk about.
Okay, guys, let's do this.
Let's go to talk whether we can speak off topic. If that's allowed, anything we want to say, we just say anytime.
No, let's go to our brother Samuel. Samuel, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say thanks to all you guys for being on the show and also to those Liberians that are listening. I really, Sidiki, right? He really came in because I had it on my agenda. Like, I really wanted to speak the Korokwa the same way like him, but he took the show for today. So I will go between it. You know, I want us to look at what is our legislature doing. The people then that they voted in that parliament, in our house.
Samuel, give my credit to Sidiki. I'm not interrupting. Please give the credit to me. I didn't want to spoil the Korokwa today. Thank you. That's Sandy.
Cindy.
Yeah, that's what I'm giving it to you because it was on my agenda. That's what I'm saying. It was on my agenda to talk to the Liberian people, the real Korokwa people, to tell them my Oma, my auntie, my uncle, the things are happening in the country, and not easy for all. The BB people then I will put in a house, will call parliament, will call them the representative, will call them the senator. The one and are not talking for us. They will vote all of them up. Because they didn't want supposed to be passing the thing they call amendment. They're supposed to be having oversight of things that are happening. You know, that's how I wanted to put it. But you came, you took the show. That's what I'm giving it to you. So I'm still going to be saying it in our way. Especially for those who are not talking in our Senate, like the representative. Let's get every one of them out. And there are key people that somehow we can point out. Somehow we're not regretting what we voted for Darius Delon. Somehow we're not regretting what we're supporting Fina Lasana for bombing. Because she's not even focusing her mind on too much talking. That development that lady is carrying on. But tomorrow people say, oh, because she's a Gizi woman, you Gizi man. No, I went all the way to River Steps, Emmanuel Yato. That will bring Emmanuel Yato on board. All the one that are in our place that said they're part of the United Party, and they just signing all kind of bills they're passing, and they're not in the interest of the Liberian people. That will kick them off. Nobody should vote for them. The women are talking for all. From the Senate, the representative, then we pull them back. We lead them there. And next 1 year is the CDC government.
No. You guys have to mute. Where is this terrible sound?
Somebody got to mute it. Looking like a music playing behind somebody.
Who does that? Who
Another
plays loud music? Time of the night.
When the CDC government were coming to power, they came to some of us because of our affiliation with footballers.
Listen, Samuel. I want us to go back to this drug issue. What does this say about our country? What does this?
That's what I'm coming to, because those are serving in as a senator and representative. What are they saying towards the drugs that the Liberian people put in there? Where are the bills that they passing towards the drugs issue? I just was saying it. So because they are not talking, we need to get them from there. Those ones that are not talking, we need to get them out from that Senate from the drugs issue. Because the CDC government, when they were approaching some of us, they didn't have any platform when we were asking them, what your platform? The only thing, the first thing they told us, number one, proper agenda. It didn't take no time again. They changed it from hope to change or hope.
Can somebody mute that? 1 second, Samuel. Can somebody mute? You're in a music sound.
Okay, so it's okay.
Everybody's muted, Mova.
I just muted Melvin. It's okay. Go ahead.
You know what? People make a good point at the time. All opponent can be disturbing.
My man, we're trying to help you about the earpiece was grinding. You're not hearing it?
You see, government came with all kind of agenda. Propo agenda. Where's the propo? They cannot disgrace the Liberian people. They change it. They say change for hope or hope for change. Where is it today? They tell one the king always now the man get the country at heart. Now the country is under the man foot.
Thank you.
Liberian
Thank you.
people. It baffles me. Nelson, I'm monitoring my time, Nelson.
No, but what's wrong with your time? Because my time here says you've exhausted 3 minutes. How come your time is not moving?
With all the interruption, with all the disturbing, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so let's give you 30 seconds to conclude. Melvin, please mute. Keep coming in with that terrible audio, Melvin.
It baffles me to see people who even bring Jack O'Lantern more than the CDC government leaders then that went to school the hard way. They are suffering, gray hair getting most of them hair. They're looking at the drugs. These people bringing drugs in the country, affecting other people who are children, but they feel happy with their children in their houses. I want them that their children be having the same drugs too. Because I don't know what it baffles me to see the guys who are more sensitive more than the seditious government. They sit down there to be preaching, especially the drugs issue now. What they have to say, what their agenda, they make the country a heart. What's the proper agenda? Is it a drugs agenda? Let the children go on and be butting the lepers too. Let the children go and be falling down, dancing kaka leka when they just speaking tapata. What can you say?
We gotta hold you there.
It is time that we put stop to these things.
Thank you.
I want to say
thanks. Thank you. From Moringa tea to meth, and of course, suspension. Folks have been given up to 4 days to resign, and this thing appears to be going beyond what we saw it from the very beginning. But let's hear from you, Melvin Rabot. I see our brother Sankara is in the background. But Melvin, can you remove the earpiece? You still hear yourself. Are you there, Melvin?
Yeah,
it's okay.
That's good. That's very good, Melvin. You don't need an earpiece to really hear what you say on the show. It's good. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, my name is Melvin M. Roberts. I'm currently in Iowa State, specifically Atuna. I hail from Liberia, specifically West Point.
Do you represent any political party on the show here? Do you support any political party?
I'm on Liberty Party, so I support Unity Party for now. Support Unity Party.
Okay. Okay, Stem, I'm posting the link in the comment section now, so you can okay, but go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You know what really prompted me to call is that the issue of the drugs. How can you arrest a drugs from the 30 or the 31st and to the 11th? You did not inform the Liberian people concerning moringa leaf. My brother, I felt very discouraged about our brother and sister that work at the airport. They think they are doing anything to the ordinary people, but they are doing it to themselves because most of them that work on that airport, their children is in Liberia. So whatever drugs that they allow, they want to deny, it will create problem for the rest of the Liberians. So on this note, let me tell you, I'm from West Point. President Weah is not good for our people anymore. Can you imagine the Maritime Beach and Waterways project? What man said he carried that, for the common people to feed back in all the slum community. President Weah came, he shut down that project. So on this note, in Lagoa concerning the coastal defense, even building some mini estate in West Point. So I'm calling on my West Point tours and my Liberians that are listening. President Weah must go. We are begging them. Please, don't make the wrong decision again. Because any decision you make, it will harm you good. Thank you for now.
Thank you very much. We'll take Rudolph, but before going to Rudolph, let me bring in Samuel Sankara Johnson. He represents Dr. Monoma on the show, the Lino. Sankara, welcome to the show.
Good morning, and good morning to the great people of Liberia. Good morning to those in the diaspora and whatsoever. Am I Glenn Nelson?
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you. So basically, I love the show, and I think this is my debut on the show. And let me appreciate all of these young, brilliant panelists, especially like I always said, this is our generation, and we must do everything humanly possible to protect this generation. Because any attempt to deviate from the prevailing realities of the issues and feels that because we can get $5 from the Unity Party, $5 from the ANC, $5 from the CDC, $5 from even the landlord that I am supporting, I think we will not be doing well to the next generation that is to come. So, like we have said consistently, and I'm sorry for coming on late, but then Nelson, it is visibly seen and clear that the CDC shouldn't be an alternative in these elections because the masses of the people are extremely aware of the destitute life the masses are living into. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you personally that the people of this country are extremely suffering under Mr. Weah's government. So it is not something that we need to be sugarcoating. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that the people of this country are walking in the street with frustration. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that the issue of corruption for we, Mr. Weah, is a culprit, evidenced by the fact that two hardcore, well-known, sophisticated criminals of our country, former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Natana McGill, is contesting on the ticket of the CDC, and also the Freeport of Monrovia, former director, is also contesting on the ticket of the CDC, even though they're being banned by the United States government. So now, and they were cautioned not to do business with any of these individuals. So, but again, this is the kind of a government that we are seeing, and we don't need to sugarcoat it. But in so doing, even though we have issues with the CDC-led government, we cannot also continue to elect a group of individuals who claim that, yes, indeed, they love the country, but they were into power for the last 12 consecutive years. And at the end of the day,
Sankara, we're going to come to that aspect. You guys will have the time to sell your candidates, but let's hear your thought on this drugs issue a bit.
So the issue of drugs in this country, like I have consistently said, Mr. Weah cannot fight drugs. Go right at the back, Nelson Kule, you are an investigative journalist. Go right at the back of the CDC party headquarters. The place is a complete ghetto. That is even more than other ghettos around town. Just go to take your microphone this morning. Take your reporters there. So the issue of drugs, this country, if Mr. Weah couldn't fight drugs for the last 5 years, for the last 4 years, you want to tell me in less than a few months where Mr. Weah is already parking his low, can fight drugs? Absolutely not. So the issue of drugs in this country, the masses of the people, and this is one of the major reasons why Mr. Weah must be booted out as a young president, that our people, the young people of this country, their life is being threatened because of drugs, and Mr. Weah can no longer endorse at the airport.
Listen, Sankara, I'm going to hold you
management, Nelson, let me make this clear. The entire management of the airport, I think they need to resign on the basis of integrity and moral to save their name, because you cannot, like one of the panelists said, you cannot arrest a drugs for more than 3-4 weeks, and you couldn't inform the Liberian people. And today you want to come and justify that. You know, if these guys now under a responsible government, like a government that we are intending to bring to power, like Dr. Moniba and Managrey Stickman government, these guys should be incarcerated and even handcuffed to know that, yes, indeed, they are threatening the over 82% of the population of the country. Because just recently, the recent census we had, 82% of the population of the country are below the age of 45. So it clearly demonstrates to you that...
Let me hold you there. Let me hold you there, Sankara. Someone is asking, one of our followers is asking, UJ Clark is asking, she says, Johnson, it should be he or she. I see UJ. I don't know whether it's a man's name or, but it should be a female because I see a female on that profile. I said, Johnson, your candidate worked in the 12 years government you are talking about. From the LEC to the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, Do you think you, especially now, we're not going to treat you like a first comer. No, despite this being your debut, this is a stage that But do you think you have the morals to even talk about or even criticize the CDC, the Unity Party government for 12 years? Okay, she says she's a lady.
We got a moral. You know, like I always said to you in my political leader, I said there are still good people in this country that want to see the development of our country. Dr. Monba worked as Minister of State with our portfolio, now Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Minister of State with our portfolio, head of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, right? So go at the Liberia Electricity Corporation. When this young man was appointed as head of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, the LEC was operating on generator. The records are visibly seen and clear. So go there and do your research. Before he left power, today we are posting of the McCoffey Hydro today, where 4 turbines, over $250 million United States dollars will be generated. And it showed that yesterday the people of this country got it. Go at the head of the presidential delivery unit, where you call the PDU.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there. Slow down, Sankara. You just come in. Slow down. You met great men on this platform. We're gonna give the floor to Jerry, and then we'll go to Rudolph.
Rudolph, you got here.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Firstly, before I respond to some of the gibberish being spewed here, I said it here before on this show that George Weah, you were saying, oh, we're on radio. Now we stay on radio. People say they arrested drugs. They turned to Moriga, later on it turned to drugs. So I mean, if I tell you that President and his surrounding, they are the ones that are facilitating drugs. And so it's a fact that I know, whether you disagree with me or not, is he has, suing itself. But let me try to erase some policy and intellectual checkpoints to some of those that have been hired by President Sedi to honor mine, especially the line, because they are going nowhere, but they were hired by former President Sedi to come and get into this race. You understand me? And you get ANC then that collaborating, with the CDC, evidenced by its chairman, Musa Belete, and ANC who are attacking. That's why you see all of the attacks are coming to Joseph Boakai. But what is interesting, people should come to this platform with serious policy discussions. The first thing is Joseph Boakai served in government. He has no criminal record. And one of the best policy, as a public policy specialist, one of the best policy is honesty. When you are honest. And that's why Joseph Boakai said, my platform, let people come with a platform and start lecturing and start behaving like proxy for former President Sedi, all agents of the unit of the CDC. You will come here and tell us what you do for the people. Joseph Boakai said he will address macroeconomic stability. Macroeconomic stability and infrastructure development. How do we do that? We will also address the issue of health, water, sanitation, and clean environment. How do we do that? We will lecture you. There are many other policy issues. Addressing the anti-corruption issues. These are policies. We have 6 pillars. And we explain some of these pillars. We explain some of these pillars and tell you that when we talk about macroeconomic policy and stability, understand me? It speaks to the fact that we will ensure efficient economic management.
But listen, Jerry, is it fair to tell Sankara? Is it fair to tell Sankara here that his party was hired by former President Sirleaf to say what they're saying about Ambassador Boakai? Are you being fair to even the guys from the ANC here?
Yeah, but listen. But listen, there are a few candidates, more than 6 candidates in this race hired by former President Sedi. You were here when Senator Darius Delon told you that former President Sedi invited he and Senator Yomri Kanga Lawrence that you go to Alexander Kumis. I beg you. It speaks to the fact that these people are doing business with former President Sedi, who is bent on making sure that Joseph Boakai does not win the presidency. So why don't you think I can call them proxy? Everybody was here. After that, she quoted and said, I hope Delon, where are coming? She said, I hope Delon will do this. Everybody knew that. It was a fact. So they are higher.
I have a question for Jerry.
Yeah, where are coming, bro. Bro, that guy has 7 minutes here. He spoke. And all of them here, they were attacking Joseph Boakai. Because we are telling you, we will engage in perfect fiscal management and transparency. You know this government, the CDC government. That's why when I listen to the CDC guy, the government that is globally known as a criminal government, a drug-driven government. You come here and lecture us about, Joseph Boakai serving the presidency. Why some of you blind your eyes? Common service. You got to go back to school and do service. A vice president takes instruction from the president. And Joseph Boakai served diligently. People have to put on that taking care. You come here, come and lecture us, come and tell us what your candidate will do. We are telling you we will restore, confidence in our monetary policy. Today, people cannot go to the bank and carry their money there because there's no security. Joseph Boakai will make sure and we bring back monetary policy, effective and efficient monetary policy.
Sankara, you gotta come back. Sankara, don't go. Sankara, you gotta come back.
We'll not put money in pickup. We'll never have a finance minister.
Thank you, Jerry. Let's
they'll put money in pickup and carry to money changers. I come in, that give me 30 seconds.
No. We don't have 30 seconds again. You've exhausted over 30 minutes. Now you want 30 seconds. Why is it you didn't say in 30 minutes and you're saying 30 seconds?
Let me learn on my thought. Please, let me learn on my thought. I beg you.
Conclude.
Understand me?
Yeah.
You gave Sankara 7 minutes here. You spoke. You just gave me 3 minutes.
Nah, it can't be 7 minutes.
But let me conclude.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me conclude by saying,
wrap up.
These elections are about. Let them be about the issues. We are already aware that these people are hired to come and attack Joseph Boakai here. But we are clear on our policy. All of our policy, we have the implementation framework. You can go to joeboakai.com. joeboakai.com. You will see our platform there. It is written. Let the Kumis people, let the Gonglo people, let the higher article or line new people come and tell us here how the Canada will do. We are giving you website to go and check our platform. This is what Joseph Boakai said he will do. You can come here and be lecturing about how Joseph Boakai is that serious.
Thank you. Let's hold you there.
Discussions.
No, Jerry, come down.
I really have a question for Jerry.
What? Everything Jerry outlined. Let me welcome to us how. He said we're going to tell you how we will do it. But he never got to that point. It's all theoretical.
You guys
I said macroeconomic policy. On a macroeconomic policy.
Put that paper down. Put that paper down. Put that paper down and speak from your mind. Put that paper down.
No, I'm not reading from paper. I'm not reading from paper. Yeah, I am. Let me do my hand like this. I said, oh no, let me do my hand like this.
Jerry, that's talking Jerry. Y'all be pushing Jerry.
Let me tell you.
There is no practice behind it.
Thank you, Jerry.
No,
you let it close your eyes with fluff. You finish memorizing the whole thing.
No, let me succinctly tell you.
I had to mute you, Cindy. You're interrupting. And then Jerry, I have to let you go as well because
I really got a question for Jerry.
Ask a question, but I want to welcome our sister here. Same, thanks for joining us on the show. It's great that you're the only female here tonight. We hope we can have a great conversation. Do you represent any political party on the show?
JMB.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you find yourself. Thank you, Nelson, for allowing me the opportunity to come up here to just stand up for women,
Okay.
At this point, after so long, let me put in our library English.
Right.
After weighing all my options and considering what's good and what's bad for me, I decided to support the candidacy of Dr. Clarence Moniba.
Okay.
And
great.
I'm here today. I'm not here to attack nobody's candidate personally. That's not my thing. I don't go below the belt because I think we should be discussing policies and not, somebody's, age, what they do and all that type of stuff. But if somebody wants to bring it on, I don't mind. Just know that I will just ignore you because I'm not the one to disrespect somebody, because I feel like no matter what, when someone's older than you, they're older. I was brought up the right way. If you don't look for me, I don't look for you. So I'm not gonna go below the belt to say things that people want me to say. I'm gonna say what I feel is right. Oh, we just have another female. There you go.
So another female here. I mean, thanks for joining us tonight.
But don't be too happy now. She's not on your side.
Oh no. Like I said, we're not discussing the thing. Everybody on their own side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once we can get the discussion going and everybody can understand each other instead of like interrupting and screaming over each other, I think we'll be good.
Okay, that's great. Now, Emmy, I want to say welcome as well. So, since we have,
let Romo go.
I want to ask a question for Jerry.
Yes.
Where is Ramon?
Yeah,
Ruda, let Ruda go, my man.
You're gonna ask your question. Yeah, guys, let's do this one at a time. You're gonna ask your question, but since we already have, okay, so you wanted to ask a question. Please, Sylvester, ask that question.
Yeah, to Jerry. I just heard Jerry saying that Lano was hired by Madame Saliv to join into the elections, so just to make sure JMB doesn't win. Okay. Do you have any facts to that? You have evidence to that?
Yeah, my dear brother, it was discussed on Bold Spoon Talk and everywhere. Everyone saw former President Saliv that one of the fathers I want you to tell that Manasedi already demonstrated.
No, Jerry, they may asking for evidence, documentation.
Listen to me now. Listen, why you call evidence? Why you call evidence? This is a man who was a strong confidant of the president. He served the Unity Party government. This is a man who the president cherished. I know the relationship in terms of son and that kind of stuff. If you follow the political records. So former President Saliv is supporting him because she bent on not supporting Joseph Boakai. If you ask me what I got evidence, whether she's supporting Joseph Boakai, that one they don't sell it. That they call
that's not my question.
No, listen. Let's not waste all of our time on that. We have to
not my question.
So
you see, let me
our discussion should be about what our candidate will do. We are
and we are going there, but let's avoid the distraction. You guys will have to stick to the topic. We're still on the drug thing. The next round will be about every single person here selling their candidates, saying what their candidate can do. Why should Liberians vote for them? But we'll take Rudolph, and then we take our two sisters here to share their thoughts with us on this drug issue. Then we'll move to the final segment where you will tell the Liberian people why your candidate is best suited for the presidency. You know, that's a very important discussion. But Rudolph, just share your thoughts on this one.
You know, let me start by saying a big thank you to the firebrand Jerry Nimpan, my big brother. Comrade, thank you. Also, I would like to welcome the two females. And you know, I wish this guy was here, Sankara. You know, the guy is energetic. He came on with.
Sankara is coming back. You know, Miami internet can be somehow sometime, but Sankara is coming back. But you know what?
Hey, you know, I mean, I like his energy. I like his exuberance. And also, this is also going to you, this new girl. What's her name? Is it Steen? Until Dr. Monimba can get married, he's going nowhere.
Say this new lady.
We would not. Sorry, this young lady. Until Dr. Monimba can get married, he's going nowhere. So to the issue, you know, yesterday, Morales said something profound about this drug issue. He said that the government is bringing in this meth so that they can induce the youth, those who support them, so that, I mean, that could be a means of them putting those young people in the streets to execute their selfish interest. And that, I mean, I agree with that, because if you go and read on the effect of this meth, it has short-term effects and it has long-term effects. the short-term effect, I think it was what he focused on mostly when he said that it was going to make them brave so that they can even stand in front of bullets and stand in front of cars and everything. That is true. But this one goes to my Liberian people. I am talking to you guys directly, my young people. Meth, I mean, I have been opportune to interact with people who were addicts of this meth. And I will tell you that this is a very, very, very dangerous drug. It has short-term effect, but the long-term effect is even worse. And I would just love to go through the effects for you guys a little bit, just so that you will be aware. Because these guys who were bringing that stuff in the country, they have their goal. And until that goal can be how about Nelson? Until that goal can be achieved, they will not stop. They will come back again with some. And I do believe that they will be successful in making sure that it enters the country. So let me just caution you guys about the long-term effects. So this leads to permanent damage of the heart and the brain. So in the long run, we're going to have enough crazy people. Our fellow young men are going to be crazy in the long run if they agree to take these drugs. It has kidney, liver, and lung damage.
Okay.
It has it makes you to intensively itch or scratch your skin.
Okay.
So Nelson, I will just end up on this. My fellow young people, this drug, the effect is more than what you will see now. I know these guys are going to give you money to take it in and go on there and execute their selfish interest.
But just before I leave you, Rudolph, what does it say when someone who works closely with the president, is being alleged? It is alleged that in fact this individual has some sort of connection, with this. Whether it is about clearing aid or other event that brought it. What does it say about the image of our country, our government?
Nelson, I am one person who for a long time have refused to believe that the president, is involved closely with this drug thing until now. Finabono is like the president's handbag. So if she is involved with this, of course, Joria here inside it. And they say Finabono, we know her daughter. Her daughter is an abuser of drug.
No, let's forget about going personal. Let it be about the issue, please.
Whatever endangers our Liberian people, don't stop us when we try to attack those people. Don't do that.
Yeah, but we gotta keep it. We gotta keep it professional. We gotta keep it clean. All right, and let it be about the issues. Yes, please.
Isn't this the issue? Because I am telling you the long-term history of Finabono connection with drug.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to our sister Esther, and then we will come to Amy, and then we'll move to the next discussion.
Thank you, Nelson. Rudolph. First of all, I would like to be referred to as Steam or my name, so I accept your apology.
Thank you.
Second of all, it's amazing how we live in other countries and appreciate other people for the services. Dr. Clarence Moniba is a young man who has an excellent record of public service. No tint, not a single one. And when you go all around and you can't find anything to say about him, you want him to go get married? Now, let me tell you this. I would rather he don't get married than be the people that are married today. We see what he's doing. They're married with 15 baby mamas. And until he can find the right woman that will sacrifice her life for the good of the Liberian people, because there's no point in having a woman at home. I don't know what your preferences are, what your social status is, but I would rather a man don't marry me than marry me and put me down, and we don't have the same goals. So Dr. Moniba is perfectly fine. Last time I checked, it wasn't constitutional that, if you're not married, you can't be president. So I'm going to put that to bed. Now about the drugs issue.
Okay, I think he wants to come in with a point. Rudolph, is there a point
You know,
Go ahead.
yes, I have a point.
Myself,
You
when
know,
ask
you
question
know,
on that.
when-
I'll ask question.
Steen, the reason why this issue of marriage is important is because we have a president. I agree with you, he is married. But we still see and hear things, right? And let's be frank and honest here. The reason is not at the level that we haven't seen is because he is married. Because one, he has some level of fear for his wife. But bringing in a young man who is not married, man, that man doesn't have a wife.
Okay, thank you.
So when we are saying these things, it's coming from what we are experiencing already.
Thank you.
I don't want to interrupt you, but did you just say? Sorry, Nelson, I don't want to interrupt you, but did you just say this man is afraid of his wife? Where are you living?
No, I did not.
You said fear of his wife. You did say that, right?
Yeah, to some extent. To some extent.
Where are you living, Rudolph?
Okay, so let's give Steen the time to learn her thought on this issue here. Yeah, so we don't continuously interrupt.
I'm not gonna go down the bell with anybody about Dr. Moneyba's marriage.
Yeah,
again.
just share your thoughts
I
on
feel
the
like
drug
that's his
issue.
personal.
We'll
That's
come
his
back.
personal. That's his personal life. When he finds that right person that would be going in villages, that will visit 41 towns and villages in 10 days with him, he will marry that woman. He will not find somebody who will take our money and take it to their country. And just because everybody wants him to get married, he's not getting married because nobody will sleep in his bed with his woman but him. He knows what he wants. When he finds what he wants, he will get it. Okay. So I'm up for that. Now let's go to the drugs issue. Too many times, Nelson, have mothers cried, family regretted, children missing their parents. Say a girl, say a boy. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm coming, baby. Sorry for the interruption. I had to take care of. Say a girl, say a boy, say whatever, only because of some type of substance abuse. And you know the risks of meth. I'll put it as simple as it gets. It leads you on. It's a stimulant. You feel so good about yourself. You feel like you're on cloud 9. Ain't nobody can say nothing to you. You're good. So when you take it, every other person is just looking at chicken to you. But at the end of the day, this is not just an issue that started today. So we're not going to put it on George Weah. I'm not going to put it on George Weah. What I'm going to put on George Weah is what has he done to minimize it or mitigate it. In as much as 12 years ago, we did not get drugs coming publicly through the airport. Does that mean that there was no drugs in our country? We've had the issues of our so-called people calling our brothers and sisters Zogos forever. It's not today. But what has President Weah done to minimize it? Some people I spoke to told me they're very proud of what has happened because the drug was caught. But how do we know this is the first batch? How do we know this is the second batch? And the level at which this thing is exposed, the connections it has is very intriguing. These are people that run the country. These are people that don't get questioned. When you hear the name, you jet. Other people will threaten you, Nelson, and say, don't try it. That person here, don't try it. That person here. By the time you hear the name, you back down. So why is very, very alarming that we have it. I just want to say at some point, I'm grateful that it was cut. I'm grateful to the security that took a hint of it and put pressure. And I'm also very disappointed in the fact that after the alarm was blown, when the Liberian people should have had an access, should have seen what really is coming into our country, even though they tried to cover it up and it didn't happen, guess what? They went inside, they locked the door, they bribed whoever, and brought the Moringa to us because they think we're stupid. But at the end of the day, nobody is stupid here.
Okay.
We tired suffering.
And,
our young people, we tired of them being in the street.
Okay, we lost her.
She back.
I'm back, Nelson.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was just saying, interestingly, the Moringa transition to meth now and is now confirmed to be a drug. But we're gonna come back to you, Stan, and I appreciate your contribution on this aspect of our discussion. But want to move to Amy. Amy, welcome. You can now share your thoughts on this issue as we move on to the final aspect of our discussion, talking about the different candidates and why.
Thank you, Nelson. Hi, you guys. How are you doing?
Hey, welcome. You're doing
We are
good,
doing
man.
good, Amy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. This is really heartbreaking. This whole drug issue with our country, and I don't know what some of us been before to not hear about something that meth coming into Liberia, and we don't know about it. I know there have been little drugs here and there, and even at certain times in the 12 years, drugs were hard to get people, and we hearing that those kids were going in the cemetery, digging out dead body bones to get high on it and stuff. So I really want to know how people say that all the time that George Weah did not start. We know George Weah did not start, but to the extent that it is now, it is George Weah's problem, and George Weah is the president now. We never had these kind of drugs coming in Liberia before. I never heard of it. So let me say it like that. I never heard of it. And I never seen what I'm seeing in the streets of Liberia and video and stuff. I never seen that ever in my life. Never. I seen it in places like where I'm at right now in the United States. But I never seen it in certain areas, not everywhere, but I never seen it anywhere in Liberia. So I get really, messed up in my head when people say, oh, it was here before. It was no, I don't think it was to that extent. That's what people are concerned about. It's something that meth, like everybody had already said, that's not an easy drug. That's not something that people can play with. That the way people taking it, so and they think it's the kush. No, it's not kush. You may not be the one taking it, but you will get affected some way. You got Zogone already around, harming people, robbing people. They're not just gonna. You probably get killed. You have people. The rape gonna go up. You have a whole lot of bad stuff will be happening in Liberia. This is not something that was happening. It's not something that. It's not a small drug that people playing with. Talking about meth. I never heard of meth being in Liberia, and I never seen people acting under the influence of meth in Liberia ever before. So, but the whole thing with Fina Bona, I think Fina Bona's name is just. She's the errand girl. Her name is on the paper, so that's why her name is being like she being the superstar in this whole thing. But that is not her personal thing. I don't think so.
You think her name is just being used in this case?
She's just the go. She's the protocol, whatever they call it. She's the errand girl. She's the go get it. Or telling people to do this, telling people to do that. And as we heard, telling people, oh, if I tell you something, the president is the one telling you that. You need to listen to me. And it's not like people are blaming the security at the airport. Sometimes I think we need to give these guys a little, pathway because a lot of them wants to do the right thing. But how can you do the right thing when the head is telling you that if you do the right thing, you will get fired? Or if you push it, you'll probably lose your life. It's a difficult situation. And getting fired, I know a lot of people, we over here will say, oh, but they want to get resign. They can do that. It's easier for us to say, right? Because we can always go to the next block or to the next something down and reapply for another job and we would get it. But is that the situation in Liberia? No. It's not the same. So you can't compare those two. So that's just all I want to say about that drug issue.
Okay, so thank you. Ture, I see your hand up. You want to ask a question or you want to make a point?
To my sister's thing.
20 seconds to do that.
Yeah, so I totally understand, and to just piggyback off of something that says, you're talking about. Yeah, we understand President George Weah drugs have all been an issue. Even in the Philadelphia area that I am right now, there is a section in Philadelphia called Kensington. You go down there, it's like a zombie land. Like everybody there is just standing up straight, like what we see in these streets, right? In Liberia right now. But we look in our country that President George Weah took over. And on Eden Johnson, we did not actually heard of any drugs bust that went almost close to $100 million worth of drugs that nobody actually went beyond bar for it.
Thank you.
And another 40
Thank
million
you.
to so. So he's
Thank you,
seeing
Turi.
what is happening.
Thank you.
Small thing I want to say. I guess small things. It's small. It's small. You don't forget. Does that beg you?
Okay, let's recognize a female that we recognize. You just coming on stream.
But Nelson, I think he just agreed with what I said. I don't think I'm not sure if what he said was different from what I said. I said drugs did not start today. And the point is, George, what is George we are doing to minimize it or eradicate it? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it started under George Weah and he's fully responsible for how far it's been. It's been there, but it's his government. What has he done? What is his impact? That's what I said.
I did not agree with you per se, but it seemed like though you are actually you are literally like taking him off the hook for the proliferation of drugs.
But now it's rampant.
He was creating
No. You probably misunderstood me, and I'm saying it again. Drugs did not start today. In as much as it wasn't as bad as it was in early time, it did not start today. It's worse now. What did he do, or what is he doing?
So well understood. All right.
To help our people.
But now it's bad.
So I think we have to move to our next discussion.
No, it just to bring out information. That's all. Just quick information. Things 10 seconds.
Yeah, but man, bro, no, you talk. Let me talk.
10 seconds.
Man, y'all gotta give me chance to talk. Just come here.
Guys, it's just information.
Guys, let's do this one at a time.
Just information. That's it. So during the past regime, there was once that we had issue with drug importation, and the past regime took a very strong stance on it, and that was how we ushered in the Controlled Drug and Substance Act of 2014. And since that time until this current government, we never saw such. So so our point is, of course, there was drug during the last time, but I mean the government has strong stance on it.
Thank you. I think that point is well understood. Cindy, you want to come in? Then we take Alfred.
There's one more thing I want to say. It have to do with what Rudolph said to our sisters' team. Rudolph came here when we count
small standard English in that thing there. They qualify.
Let me talk about thing. Let the people hear me small. When we count on the show here, Rudolph then say we mona attack their papa. We mona attack Joe Baka. Let's talk about the thing that we can't hear to talk. But then he can't hear tonight now. He want to attack my own man, Clarence Moneyba. Even though I'm not carrying Clarence Moneyba for president the town, but they all man said we getting our head that we must be married first before you can be the people president. We gotta take it from our mind. We gotta take it from our head. You know how many leaders in the world that I get women there and I get men there? The men are smart men. They may get an idea. He said he want to lead the country. So Google thing they can come to that bureau. He said the men will be married first.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go you there.
We're not going back and forth. Put your hand down. Not back and forth.
He called my name. He called
my
name.
Sandy, tell your political leaders to speak Basa and Grebo.
Thank you. So we're going to start with
everybody can speak that data.
Any interruption now will get you off. So the way you the only Kumi's mayor now when we get you off, just know that Kumi's off the show for tonight. So but let's start with our discussion. The next discussion here. We see that there are people here.
I beg you.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
I don't want us to be going back and forth.
No, say what you want to say.
Back and forth.
Before the man say we are biased.
Look, listen, Nelson. When somebody, you see, the point here is everybody here is making a statement and then they showcase their candidate. And then after they finish speaking, they should have an opportunity to ask questions about the candidate. You know, at least
the
I just want
floor for that. That's why we have the call-in segment. People will call, they will ask the different questions and all of that.
Yeah,
there will be a call-in segment, but we can be doing the back and forth with every single person. It's just going to be a waste of time. Yeah. So thank you, Sylvester. We appreciate. Let's start with our next discussion quickly. With the different candidates that you support. It's interesting that Sylvester doesn't support any particular candidate. He's here representing the Liberian people. I think he's still on the fence. At some point, he says he's going to be joining Cindy. That's what he told me that the other day. He sent me a message to that. But interestingly, we want you guys to tell us, why should Liberian people vote your respective candidates? And we have Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, we have Ambassador Brakai, we have Dr. Monoma, we have Mr. Kumis. And yes, I hope we expected to have the CDC guys as well. But why should someone listening to us now vote your candidates? We're going to give each person here 2 minutes to share their candidates. Then we'll go to the lines. So we'll start with you, Moba, my co-moderator.
Thank you.
We'll bring some of the guys who are backstage. We're going to bring them on as well to do same.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, the Liberian people know their president already, Joseph Yima Bwaka. The man who served in government with a clean record. The man served in government is now one document any government past regime or doing those time can bring, or anybody can bring to say the man was corrupt, the man do this, the man do that. But let the thing Joseph Bwaka will do for you guys, the Liberian people, you all are listening to me on the radio land. Joseph Bwaka will bring back your country. Now your country is scatter. You know, when we say scatter, you already know what it means. Your country is scatter. It's more than 1990 war now. It's more than April say more than 2003 war. Because the thing the people carry in our country, that thing they call it drugs. Joseph Bwaka already tell you, or he tell his people, he say, when I can't there, that just thing, you forget it. I will make a zero tolerance. Meaning there will be no way drugs will be over there. And that will be a job. That will go to the security, the one the people you'll be sleeping in the night again, they be manning you. They be talking and say, oh, no road coming here. That security, that play. And I get no respect again in the war. And I get respect the police people, the ERU, the PSU, what's all you, all of them. They not get no respect in the country again. Today, Yima Bwaka say when he can, that respect the people will get doing that, doing any time, he will bring it. He will make sure you will be outside to 2 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning, you will be outside. Nobody will come to you with quality. Nobody will come to you with spear and knife to harm you. You will enjoy yourself. The security will be tight.
20 seconds.
Oh, 2 minutes. I look at the time. Yo.
Yeah, by your time, look at the time. It's already gone.
All right, no problem. Let me conclude. So, no problem. So, they will come to your hospital. Your hospital, Joseph Bwaka say, today you go JFK, no medication, no equipment. He tell us, say, when I go there, my children there, I will make sure all the things be there. If you get money, you go to the hospital, there will be a budget there for you. That budget will be allocated within the budget that will be there for the poor people. You go to the hospital and not get money. He will treat you, you will go. So I beg you. Today, plenty. One made the man say my time finish. But let me tell you, you don't forget. You go on that day, October 10, your vote number 2, Joseph Bwaka. So your children in life can change. I submit.
Thank you. Let's move to the broom man. Our brother Fakabina Toure, Councillor Tiawon Gonglo. Let's hear you. Why should
Ladies
someone
and gentlemen,
vote
boys
Councillor
and girls, this is your boy Vakabina Mangi Toure coming from you live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My people, let me tell you. Y'all see my broom? Their broom signifies the extermination of corruption.
Thank you for setting the timer.
Operation Sweep Corruption. We are in it to win it. I know my man Jerry always here. Tian Gonglo come over. My man, we are in a competition. Then he say I'll come over. I told you so winning 75%. Then he say I'll come over. What is 75% winning? You have to do a coming over. But look, let's be serious here. Labrador does not have corruption problem. Labrador has leadership problem. Labrador does not have drugs issue. Labrador has leadership issue. And that's what we are bringing to you, my people. Honorable Tian Gonglo, they made out 22 years old when you were beyond bar for talking truth to power. And the Melbourne, your sister now. Why did that man not stand for? You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you this. I know I've beat on this drum and I'll continue to beat on the drum. You know, that's my man right there. you can tell from the humility of a man that once elected, he will definitely exhibit what he's doing. We don't talk the talk, but we also walk the walk, right? The man that can walk in mud, that man will not take your life for granted. Your schools, your hospitals, your children's lives, the future of your very self, right? It's at stake. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us not make any issue out of this. And I'm going to tell you this. Operation Sweep Corruption is a serious business. We have to eradicate corruption because corruption and mismanagement of funds undermines our democracy significantly. And that's why we are coming to post stop to. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Madam Aslama Musu, I voted Tian Gongwe, I voted number 6. Thank you, Asabe.
You almost said number 16. Anyway. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your contribution.
Ami busy, so I think
Ami is busy now. So let's replace Ami with Steam. Okay, so since Steam is not ready, we can go ahead with Sylvester. Sylvester, what should Liberians look for in these presidential candidates, in their leaders?
Okay.
Since in fact you don't support any political party.
Oh, you know me, they're coming, all of them coming join on me just now, but me, I got thick skin. You see the thing here, when we come to the people, when you come to sell your product, marketing is very important. Branding is very important.
It's good you started with branding and marketing, but your time was go ahead, Chief.
Branding and marketing your candidate is very important. Okay. It's my time. I will use it anywhere I want to use it. I want to first of all talk to Jerry. You came here and make an assumption, or you had an opinion about early hiring Dr. Modiba to come in the race so that Bwaka can win, but you did not prove anything. But when someone have a speculation that Joe Bwaka is traveling too much because he's sick, that's the person's opinion, and you get mad about it. So let us not just come here and just be sparing out things that we cannot prove. You did not even use allege that Ellen hired him. You said definitely that Ellen hired him. And that's not the kind of politics we want to preach. So when you come to sell your candidate, we're looking for a candidate. We are being abused too much. No more rhetorics we're looking for. No more big show. No more who been around for too long. We're looking for sincerity. Oh, there are plenty, Mama. We're looking for sincerity. We're looking for someone with leadership. It doesn't mean you have to know it all, but you will hire the right people to do the job and bring in our people so that our children and the children unborn can be able to live better. Okay? Oh,
so right?
And to you, Amy, Stan, I agree with you. Drug has been existing for too long. But when in my generation, when I was growing up, the only drug we saw around was marijuana. But as time progressed, other substances, dangerous substances started to infiltrate our society. Like today now, we couldn't imagine that we'll reach this stage. But here we are today. It's very serious, a pandemic. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Yes, Sylvester, thank you for working in time. I don't know how Stem got all the way on the other side there.
No, but he didn't even thank me too for working. You see, nothing that kind of thing you can be doing. I like it, man.
No, you said I didn't thank you for what?
I set the stage.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you, okay?
We come see who will break the rule now. Jerry coming, we see.
Jerry? No self-regulating here tonight. Go ahead, take 2 minutes, sir. We know you are an official on the Unity Party campaign team, but someone writes a message. Go for 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. You see, let me speak shortly to Sylvester. Look, Sylvester, you say you free position or I know what kind of position. But you talk about evidence and stuff. I'm not going to waste my time too much on it. You talk about Joseph Boaga illness. My man, the old man, I want campaign here. That the only thing you get against the man, and the man is driving because he's sick. That the only thing. So in that argument, that anyway, free position, but those that are being hired, like Dylan said, Kumis and Kennedy, it's not important to all. But Joseph Boaga is an integrity icon. It's an integrity icon. He understands. Because right now, since we discussed something related to drugs, let me just talk about governance and rule of law. You understand me? We will improve our foreign relations. Today, you have Liberian passport. You go outside, like almost big vlog. In South Korea, where I live today, we used to have visa appointment arrival until July 18 in 2018. They suspended it because we sold passport to plenty Nigerian. They spot the passport being here in Korea. So, I mean, we're strengthening our national security issues. We'll also look at, I mean, to improve rule of law, that somebody will not go to the court and pay somebody and do all of that. And the same, we'll understand all of these. These are the discussions. That's what Joseph Barker said he would do. You know, on top of it, understand all these things. He will do that. Besides our macroeconomic policy and all the other things you said we would do. Joe Barker have demonstrated that. So for people to come here and the only argument is, they may say you soon die. They may say the argument there, this man is a statesman. We have human capital development. We have it as an agenda because it is a key driver of the sustainable development goals. Anything outside education, we don't have any university that can compete in the Mala River, you know what I'm saying? So Joseph Barker said he will do that. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, Jerry.
Whoa.
Wow.
Tonight it's working. It's working.
I think we need to have STEM here all the time.
Yeah, it's working tonight.
The men are no regulator tonight, yeah.
Nelson, the reason is the man are accusing anybody about corruption on his time. He's seen it, so he can't argue it.
Well, let's hear you, Cindy. Go ahead. Why should someone listening?
So my people, the problem now we get in Liberia. The drug problem or the hospital problem, the education problem, but the big one among all of them. No job in our country, no work there, no money there. Then you must ask yourself, say, why about no job here? Why our children they not get job to go to? Because they think they call the women call economy. That's supposed to, when you make it look good, they're supposed to bring job to your people. Job we are not spoiled. Job we are not spoiled. The thing our country depend on the gold, the diamond, the oil. Job we are really sending it to other people. So now instead of bringing a job to our children there, he sell it out. So that one man in a race here, they call him Ellis Comey. Ellis Comey is the only man in a race here that know how to face the economic problem. Ellis Comey say, me and I work plenty of places. And I see other people country moving forward. But our own country just moving backward. So let me go to my people. Let me help my people face our own country. Ellis Comey know that thing there. That's why I was telling you more vote Ellis Comey. So that when the job then start coming, our children then will get job. Our man them, their market then will sell. Our papa then will go to work. They will not be hardy again when they coming home. They will get so much more money in their pocket. They will come home straight. Then the issue of drugs or crime or the school they not face. Once we get job, money in the country will face all that thing. I believe you on the car will be. Namu do amosa we are kone anjirawo. Onwa Ellis Comey or amugbara so andi. Do on one job we are unfair where I pour it because I do they don't know where and bad money more one would way. Mama for the grand yeah, Ellis Comey or more the boy or men or when way. And bad money you na modu almost away a corner and saru and poor one.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you for being on time.
You know, Sandy, Mr. Cummings is pleased with you.
Amen. I'm sure.
You know,
Okay,
I continue, you know what about the man? The man can always sell his candidate, instead of him attacking all candidates. I respect him for that.
No, don't mesmerize the man here.
My man, don't talk about man. The man Kennedy will be my personal trainer.
Okay, so let's move to I mean, go ahead. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. 2 minutes.
So what we doing? We closing? Sorry.
Yeah. Why should someone listening to you now vote for Ambassador Boyka? Why do you think he's the best choice? Why do you think he's the best?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Rula. There you go. Go ahead.
Rula, you been talking here plenty. I don't want to talk now. No, let me go. Then you will go after me. Don't start that time you thing. I'm looking at you carefully. Yeah. So guys, just to address Sandy real quick.
You know, for some of us who have followed HB, HB once said, politics is not a Sunday school party. So, I mean, in as much as I come on here not to attack anybody, when someone attacks JMB, I will attack their candidate. That's it. Back to the point. You know, we all know that JMB is a clean hand man, but I'm because I'm here for the youth of Liberia, I will speak on our pillar number 5. In section 5.5, he says he's going to enhance the capacity of young people to become productive participants in the governance process to guarantee sustainable development. And how are we going to achieve that? 1, we are going to establish state-of-the-art vocational training program in all of the 15 counties.
So you say Paga will establish a vocational program in all the 15 counties?
No, wait. Pause that time. He asking me a question. So
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. That is how that's one of the ways that we're going to achieve that. Number 2, we are going to provide scholarships, both foreign and local, to ensure that our young people get quality education to come back home and contribute to nation building. And we are going to focus more on STEM, like the math, the biology, chemistry, physics, and those same subjects. We are going to focus on it and give out scholarships. We are going to strengthen the national service program and enforce monitoring that every person that will graduate from the state-run university, you will have 12 to 24 months of service within the government, so that you can understand governance and understand how to contribute to nation building. I could go on and on, but because of time, I will stop here.
Jerry, you mean reading and interpreting at the same time. Oh.
You know, I don't
nobody reading that. I see allegation in my voice. I know that somebody can read.
It's not bad to read. No, listen.
I'm not reading. It means I already conceptualized. I have in my.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with you reading it.
It's not bad to read.
Jerry,
it's not bad to read. I have the website to keep in my brain.
No, okay. Thank you, guys.
Can we go back to the quietude, please? Can we go back?
The reason I am reading is because I want the people to know that I am reading from what JMB himself wrote.
Very well. And
he just admitted that he's reading. Can we go back now?
I am reading from the platform of JMB because I don't have to say, oh, I without saying it. No.
All right.
I mean, why do you think someone listening to you now should vote for Ambassador Baka? Why do you think he's the best choice for the presidency at this time?
Where do I start? So many reasons, but I'm just gonna give you a few because I don't have time. Unless you want, look at things. All right, let me start talking already. Let me start for a top up. But
I mean, you know what? Just because we're only 2, you got extra 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Let me go right then. She can vote.
Y'all can't argue with a timer. Y'all can't argue with a timer, please.
But listen, let's do this. I mean, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, for one reason, he's experienced. For me, that means a lot to me, right? He has worked in a system that we all call a broken system. And like I said the last time, no one has come up with a proof to show me, apart from all the propaganda and his age and this one because the government was corrupt, so that means he was in the government, that makes him corrupt. That's all I keep hearing. But no one has put anything out to me that this man is corrupt. And for someone who had worked in a system, he stays in it. His children, his family, everybody live right there with him. And he's there and he wants to fix it. He's not somebody JMB could have left and come to America, live like everybody else. So it's not like somebody did it and it was something obstacle in his way that he couldn't do it. But he did not do it because he loved his country. And he's seen what his generation has done to our country. And he wants to be the one to fix that, to leave that legacy for us. And when he talks, I watch him. I see the sincerity in his face, and I hear it in his voice. And it's not, like I said, not like everybody else that in the opposition cannot do it, but one person can be president. And JMB is the one that I think is fit for this moment right now. And for every other reason that my fellow rescue missionaries are already stated, I don't want to go over it. all the
So
drug issue.
we'll get Amy extra 30 seconds. And then
Okay.
we'll give our other sister another 30 seconds. Same.
Okay.
When you're
So we're
talking
all
about
the
gender
drugs.
equality,
Yeah, but they are just 2 years now. Go
So
go ahead, Amy.
all the drug problem. We are not saying that GMB administration is going to be a heaven sent perfect administration. There's no such thing, but it's not going to be the way it is right now. I believe that, truly believe it, and I will guarantee it. Look for me, okay? After inauguration, there. But yeah, so that is going to happen. Food. Oh my God, agriculture. I read about it. I wasn't living during that time, but I read about it and I know what he has done. And people who said they don't see what he has done in the past, we have 14 years of civil war. You don't expect to see the thing that was before the war to still want to be seeing it now. And in the 12 years, JMB was not Minister of Agriculture, so you couldn't have seen anything in that. Y'all start distracting me with your phones and stuff. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna stop. But GMB at this moment, I think he's the right person, and he's gonna bring our country back to where it needs to be for countries around it, like other countries around the region, and maybe you, Nelson, Toure, whoever else, my guy Sandy, you can take it from there. But after JMB.
Go ahead. You still got 19 seconds.
Which 19 seconds?
Why
are you taking that 19 seconds?
Man, like UP giving you Peter.
The rest don't be like that. I think you lose to UP.
Okay, so we're gonna move to who? You Rudolph, right?
I mean, Rudolph, finish talking. I don't want to talk now, man. Why
Rudolph finish.
Rudolph finish.
No, I'm not done yet.
No, Rudolph didn't
Rudolph finish. You just talk before
No, my
energy.
point did not. I mean,
Rudolph done.
No,
Rudolph
man,
is
stop
not
that.
Don't do that, man.
Okay, so let's
Integrity,
go to
Rudolph.
Alfred.
Integrity.
You're not complete what I was saying. That's what
Let's
I
go
was
to
saying.
Alfred. Alfred, go ahead.
And you see the reason why I trade. And you see the reason why I say I will read a formal complaint.
Rudolph, you read your script. Let it be so. Thank you.
No, I was reading from the JMB website. It's not a script.
Let me mute the man. Go ahead.
The reason why I will tell you that JMB is the right man for the job is that, number one, the last time I told you, the man is a family man. That's the one reason I will vote for JMB. They man married to a one wife for over 50 years. They've been together. Family intact. The African traditional family system, they man has it. You understand? They men will not sign any lesbian or faggot in our country. They men will not do it because the records are there. Now, but let's go to the issue of rule of law. Honor Pillar 5 of the GMB promise to Liberian people. That thing are happening to the foreign affair. It will not happen. People will not be taking our passport and sending it to people that will not even know. It will not happen. JMB will put mechanism in place that our passport will be respected. Rule of law. JMB will not undermine the judicial system where when somebody disagree with him, he get there. People that are carrot grading will get up and go to the representative and manipulate the system to move a sitting justice. It will not happen. The police will be well respected. The police system is the first line of our judicial system. If you have a police system that is compromised, where you have the police chief in partisan uniform, that thing not going to happen under a Joseph Yuma Boakai government. Lastly, let me say this to you. All those that are stealing our money, we know where they are. We will grab them, we will take our money back, and we will jail them if they can get our money back. I can guarantee you that under Joseph Yuma Boakai. Thank you.
Wow. The man did 22 seconds.
Okay, so it's your turn. Steam, just go ahead. Take 1 minute 30 seconds. Tell the people why Dr. Clarence Monamba is the best person for the presidency at this time.
You are mute.
We're coming from you too.
No, okay. Listen. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Why y'all say y'all relax?
I am the one who's going to keep this time around. Because,
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want United Party minute.
Nelson.
United Party minute.
At least 3 minutes. 30 seconds for my work I did. 30 seconds for being a second female.
Nobody hire you. Nobody hire you.
Okay, go ahead. For my country. I'm doing it for my country.
Okay, your time set. Just be talking plenty.
So you want to be paid for what you do for your country? Really?
Nancy, just restart it. Ain't yet. Restart it. When
I
you
will not
restart it,
hesitate
then you let me start.
to remove anybody from. Okay, go ahead now.
Okay, tell us why Moneyba looking fine at that.
Man, did you get
Nancy, restart, please.
Oh God.
Yeah, go ahead, Nancy. Let me see it. Start. Let me see it.
Okay, so we've restarted. So, but you don't trust me when I say I restarted, huh? Okay.
No, like the interruption I'm getting, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
To talk about Dr. Clarence Moneyba, and then I'll take
too bad.
She back.
Is she back? Okay.
Are we good?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my God. And he's still running the time. I'll take 45 seconds to talk about Dr. Clarence Moneyba and then the rest of his policies. So history has shown us that trendsetters and forerunners, people that break the glass ceilings, they don't always go where the majority is. These are people that stand up. These are people that set examples. These are people that people look up to. Dr. Clarence Moneyba, as a young man, experience, they want everybody crying around that other people get it. He got it. He got experience. Clean one, untainted, zero corruption, excellent public service to his country. At his age, international relations.
Rudolph, you can just put it down. We have the time.
How many presidents did he sit with? He's got international relations. The roads you guys are riding on today, the roads that are going, the roads that people taking credit for today, he negotiated the money to build those roads. So people ain't got nothing against the man, absolutely nothing. The only thing they will say that's something about moral. Anybody that know you've been perfect, throw that stone. We will get into it. But if you got nothing else to say about appreciating your fellow young men for stepping up, that this is our time. We demand change. We need change. We must stand up for change. The fact that he is standing up for change, history and posterity will judge all of us. And I will be on the right side of history for not following the majority of the people. People, this guy he goes to people, villages, and they tell him, oh, we know you good or you clean, you everything, you got the experience, you got everything, but guess what? It's not your time. Only in Liberia that one can happen. Only in Liberia, they can tell you, say, now your time. They know you're good though, but they say, now your time, wait. Only in Liberia it can happen. Under Dr. Clarence Moneyba's government, first of all, the past administration and the one up to that will be audited. Plain blank, no discussions. There will be a war crimes court. Every county will have its own farm to feed its people. We will not depend on other people's pockets. We will not depend on other people's pockets. Now, simply tell me when I'm 30 seconds down, so that way I don't get choked up in the middle of my conversation.
Okay, so you have 20 seconds remaining.
Okay. The most important thing that Dr. Moneyba will negotiate is restructuring our civics in our schools. For voter education to be taught in schools from 9th grade to 12th grade, for our voting cards, not our cards, but our voter, how do you call it? Oh my God, what is the word I'm missing right now?
Registration?
Not the registration. The way we vote to be taught in WIAC, in public exams. So our people know how to vote right, our ballots. Thank you. For our people to vote right, for our people to know what it means for you to have a valid voting card, that you can vote right and what your voting card means to you. And that will be mandatory. It will be negotiated and it will be done under his administration. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tim.
Nelson,
why you just twisting and turning and
Nelson, today, Nelson, a recap tomorrow. Then you will give me more time to.
Moneyba2023.com.
Can I ask a question, Nelson? Please, let me ask Steve this
question.
No
cross-dressing on this show.
I mean, no. I mean, because I was saying something for me, I was cut off. And then
no. Let's progress, Rudolph. Rudolph, we have to progress. Let's take Prince. After Prince, we take Raymond.
This question, please. I beg you. Let you answer it for me, please.
Okay, do
Can
that.
I go ahead
quickly.
Steam, you talk about experience. You talk about young men, and everybody talking about experience. Here, you in America, you follow American politics. Vivek Ramaswamy is a young man, is a young candidate in the Republican Party. Do you think he can win Trump?
I'm here to discuss Liberian politics. Liberia's system
no,
is so
I'm
much.
trying to draw an analogy.
Please do not interrupt me. Please do not interrupt me. You asked a question. I am not here to compare tiny 5 million Liberia to 350 million plus America with the system that works, with the accountability. I am not here to compare the two. I'm not here to compare Clarence Moneyback to any other person because he has been tried and tested and he has proven his worth. Untainted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's move to you, Prince. Your 2 minutes quickly. Why should those listening to you vote your candidate? And then we do the same with Raymond, and then we'll go to the lines because lots of folks want to come in and make their contribution to the discussion tonight.
Thank you very much, Nelson. But the reason why I want to sell JMB is so simple and easy. You know, my brother Rudolph said, you talk about vocational and technical education. Rudolph, Joe Blocker already passed that stage. He passed that stage. I'm a witness. Go back, but tomorrow I will do the checkup and bring it back to you. Honor Joe Blocker and Eden Jones Sally, Liberian youth that left the country, about 65% were on foreign scholarships. Check it up. No other governor have done that. That's number one. That's on the JMB. Number two, JMB, if you have served in public service for 42 years, we have now one tinted record to say, oh, the man took somebody's money. But because, you know, all these things that's popping around here, as to my brother Jerry said that Dr. Motoba is a plenty man. I'm not going at him, right? Not at all. But I blame Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Every time I came on the show, the first time was Fiento, I said it plain blank. Because if it was not for her, because the old man said no, Bagasa Garfini cannot be my vice president. 2017, she turned against Joe Blocker. So she put Liberians into this serious problem. When she know further well where she came from, she and Joe JMB, they brought Liberia from where for $20 to $150 to $200 to $500. And if you talk about security, when we had took office, he dropped all the educated guys. For example, NSA that came for children overseas. The police. One night you saw police graduating.
20 seconds.
One night you saw the police graduating a new batch. One last.
Quite recently.
Where?
No, the police did a recent graduation of one batch.
Well, maybe okay, I said to be corrected. But now I come back to farming. If you say this man did not do anything for this country, like for Liberia, to be specific.
Time exhausted, sir. Time exhausted, sir.
He can't. My man, I've been talking here, so give me 30 seconds.
Time exhausted, sir. But I think your point has gone across. So let's take Raymond finally, then we'll go to the lines. Yes,
Raymond, to just come here. Mommy, so go sleep back. We here already.
So when does my 2 minutes begins?
It starts now.
Thank you.
Nelson,
so Liberian people, the family is the nucleus of the society. The reflection of the society is going to be based on how the family is.
Stim, you once the timer is set, you can just
our leaders,
he doesn't get distracted,
who come to us and put themselves up for the highest seat of the office, how to exceed the society in every positive aspect. A father is a leader, and one who hasn't experienced how to raise a family don't have what it takes to lead a nation. Our society, Liberia, is a traditional and a society of faith. And there's no faith-based practice in Liberia that undermines the family. So one who hasn't acquired the requisite understanding, knowledge, and skills to lead a nation will put our nation into crisis. I'm a champion of youth empowerment. I've worked hard tirelessly, championing the cause of women, children, and youth. But I can tell you, examining what has happened in our country, most of the young people are not ready for leadership. Because currently, an example, George Weah is a young man. Samuel Tuah is another young man. Fina Bono, another young person. Jefferson Koji, another young person. What has their leadership turned into? Chaos. Worse than the civil war we experienced, except the number of deaths that we experienced. But the lively condition of our society is nothing to be proud of. That's why our native people in their wisdom says you sit on the old mat to plant a new one. Young people, stop being proud. Go to the old head. The Bible says the glory of the old man is his gray hair because it reflects wisdom. The glory of the young person is his muscles.
Thank you.
Nothing more. Let young people sit and learn from those who've done it, been there, who has more experience in leadership and governance, especially executive leadership, than Josiah Yuma Boaka. Who told you being a good minister makes you a good president, especially how many years of ministerial leadership you have? An effective minister. And what's the size of the ministry that he had?
Thank you.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, sir. People deserve better than a cabinet position that makes you a president.
Thank you very much. So let's go to the lines and take a few calls. We're going to take just okay, we'll take 5 calls from the local lines, and then we take 5 from our WhatsApp number on the stream. I know you already started cheering for Raymond.
Oh, Nelson, I can't respond. Let's go to the lines.
You wanted to respond? But we got to go to the line.
You cannot respond. All right,
let's go to the line. I appreciate your attention.
You can just jot down your points.
While
you doing your closing, you have the time to do your closing. And I can promise you that you will respond during that time. Hello.
Definitely, thank you.
Yeah. How are you, Fiancé?
Yes, sir. I'm okay. And you're live on the show. You're live on the radio. Let's say.
Yeah, I just want to go to the issue concerning the issue of drugs that you guys were discussing. Concerning the issue of the drugs that you guys were discussing. Yeah, if you go back to the days of Charles Taylor during his administration, one of the persons who was very, very vigorous on the issue of drugs. I will give a living example. You see, Yeke Koruba flocked Momo Chiba in ghetto for drugs. And Momo Chiba was assigned with Charles Taylor 2001 and 2002.
I can remember.
Yeke Koruba is one of the persons who have been affected in our country when it comes to drugs. A little sister was abused of the drugs. So today, when people giving analysis on the issue of drugs, especially to Fina Bono, of all persons, to be honest, George Weah also push Fina Bono far from him. Because everything that has been happening in our country, to be honest with you, George Weah knows everything about it. So when people are talking about drugs, like our sister said, is there any honest people to fight drugs? Rather than for you to say you're looking for drugs all around. When you get a better leadership that is honest, all those things will come up.
Thank you.
Look at the video y'all showed the other day concerning the little girl with 10 years old.
No, 13 years old.
13 years old that entered into prostitution. That is not drugs.
Thank you.
Anyway, I will stop there.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take this person. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, listen, thank you. Thank you so much. This is Alex Mendewo calling from Minnesota.
Go ahead, sir.
I don't want to criticize other opposition. I know they will come to us. I just want to make a statement about Joe Walker. Because I know him personally. In fact, I can see your faces on the screen. I'm older than all of them. My first son is 36 years old. No. Going in the 50s.
But you're not honoring Prince.
No. You don't want everybody, my man.
Okay, maybe Prince. Okay.
You honoring Sylvester either.
Okay, that's not the
I'm
point.
not older than me, I'm begging.
Joe Biden is one of the men, when they say men with integrity, that when they talk about hard working. This man was 27 years when he got married. Why so small 27, 24 years trying to enjoy ourselves? And say he married. He ain't what been together for about 52 years.
Okay.
He now have Anakin Oxa. Okay, let's talk about the professional aspect. When Samuel Doe took over 1980, I was in high school. The reason that Doe came to power is because of food rights, the increasement of rights. So when Doe came to Doe was concerned about rice production, he called a meeting. He went on a minister who will understand the production of rice. Everybody said Joe Biden was came out of job. So Samuel Doe, 1982, appointed Joe Biden as agriculture minister to replace.
Yeah, just to summarize. Yeah, just to summarize.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
So when you talk about Rex, there was issue of Rex. You know what he meant there? He told that, the reason we have Lofa kind of Nima kind of grandchildren kind of this kind of indigenous language to focus on that. Under administration, he created 4 agriculture stations, 1 in grandchildren, 1 in Lofa, 1 in Bon, and 1 in Nima County.
Thank you.
Joe Biden make sure that the agriculture, when they say from the back road, we were producing our own rice. The blessed believer, I'm telling you, the importation was understanding in Moldavia. But with a Levy Bank, Bon, Lofa, Nima, we eat our own local rice.
And you think that's the legacy of JMB? You think that's because of JMB? It was because of JMB that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I would say he's a hard-working man.
Okay.
And man with innovation, he is creative.
Thank you,
to
sir.
make it happen.
That's all you there. Thank you, sir. That's all you there. We've taken 2 calls from the WhatsApp line. We'll go to our local lines and take another batch of calls from there. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Yes, you're live. Let's hear your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, Brother Kola, this is Robin Howard, and I want to appreciate you for the time I've been listening to this, your program on 107.5. You are doing very well with all of our people. I'm disappointed in a way I don't know what to say.
Why are you disappointed, sir?
I am very disappointed with that name, Sinabono, on the document where it's for drugs. Amen. For God in heaven's sake. I have not seen her before, but every time I hear her name on the radio calling her rescue mother, I feel so proud. And they start to come find out in the kind of thing, and then both of them to lie on her oath where they say they brought Maringa, and at the end, the Maringa turned into drugs. Amen. I'm too disappointed for our country.
Thank you.
Until we can have somebody and ask God to give us a leader and not a buyer. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You.
Let's take this caller from our WhatsApp line. Hello.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Okay, we okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Famara. I'm calling from Atlanta. Pertaining the president, you guys saying that whatever Fina did, he's maybe innocent, he knows nothing, or that yada story. He know everything that going on in that country. He part of everything. Nothing they can do without asking him permission. And even if they go to do it after, he don't say anything. He will probably just sit there and work with them and other than go with the flow. For example, Simose have taken the 3 missing boys and he haven't come out to say nothing about those boys' story, knowing that he in the same caucus. He sent Simose to go get the 3 missing boys for killing.
That's a very grave allegation, especially on the radio.
It's the fact. Simose tried to confess a couple of times and they went after him. Now Simose lost almost 2 kids already. And in the process of him being ill 2 different times, he called my mom and tried to talk to my mom that he want to say something, that he's sorry, that he this, that he that. But still, still the president have been even go on air to mention anything about those 3 missing boys, knowing a connection and a relationship with the family. Wow. So whatever she's doing, bringing drugs in the country to mess up all the youth in the country, that's very bad. Because what not she alone doing it, Judge Weah is part of that whole situation. Wow. Your thanks for listening to us, and your thanks for the good work you guys doing.
Thank you.
One day we'll get justice, and there'll be one day Liberia will be like our parents was having us. Liberia will come back to itself. People, your vote wisely. Please. Getting out so we can get justice for our people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nelson, you know who just spoke?
The
lady we just spoke, Kofumara.
Okay.
Her soccer name is Tantan. She's from Trenton, New Jersey. But she moved to Atlanta. One of the missing boys, that's her brother.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You can see her on social media.
She's a sister to one of the missing boys.
Yep. So that's why she's in tears every day. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's go to the local lines and take some calls. You can call us on 0555-101075 or 0777-771075, and you'll be live. Let's take someone from this line. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. You're live.
Well, Colette, thank you for the program. Sometimes some of us lie down, even going through what we're going through, we listen.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. You're live. Hello. I hope they're not harmonizing your credit, but let's take this person. Hello.
Hello, thank you very much for your show. My name is Abbas Kone. I'm calling from Johnson.
Abbas Kone. Your line is not too clear, Abbas, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Johnson.
Yes, let's hear you, Abbas. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for the show. What I got to tell all the panelists there, your go up, your calm down, your sponsor, your break your nail. Our president is Jake. You said you're a broker. Because in America, when you apply for any job, they will ask you for experience. In America, when you apply for any job, they will ask you for, are you married or not? When you are married, they will employ you with a bachelor. For now, in the state, the people running propaganda with Bolivar and Kumi. We like we are not stupid anymore. We know Kumi, not really water. Kumi story dying. The one the boy in Bolivar. And now, Rabata Bisali stumbled Bolivar to rob our force because Bolivar for local, so he can carry votes away from GNB. So we did not go to understand all the Bolivar.
Thank you.
You will not go nowhere. The job in a way to take votes away from GNB. So Joria can make TAC.
Thank you.
Joria is leading well. Joria is a better leader. John is very good, so can take it. Thank you very much for your show.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello.
Sorry, I was on the line. I dropped.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Yeah. And I'm Andrews.
Andrew, just go ahead quickly, Andrews. Just conclude because you were on the line.
Yeah. Please, sometimes just remember some of us are going through a serious medical problem because some institution has created mayhem against us. I've been calling everywhere. Now, call on this radio. I visited lawmakers, 5 different lawmakers, and there was no help. JFK did some damages on me, and today I'm carrying a broken iron in my legs. I'm an engineer. I can work and support myself and support the family and invent knowledge in other people. I'm a graduate of Legon College. I was on refugee camp. I didn't go get a banking. I struggled to learn my trade. And today I came back home. I got involved into an accident. Today I'm carrying this broken iron in my legs. For 2 good years, JFK cannot help me after the damages they have done on me. You go anywhere, there's no redress. That's why we are going through this in our country. But Colette, to all the panelists are sitting this evening on our show, to my 2 sisters, you got brothers, you got uncles, you got sons. I'm a young man.
Yeah.
I was the first Liberian. Kindly help me. I sit on a chair and cutting a contract to welcome people just to raise $600 to go and remove this iron from my legs.
Okay,
now
so
I got 200. Please, brother, please. I want you guys to kindly see reason that God touch your heart and help me to remove this iron. I'm only looking for $400 more. Kindly help me to remove this iron from my legs, and God will help.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thanks a lot for participating. We will speak to you off the show, but thanks a lot.
Nelson, I saw the other day Raymond told you to take his number. I think this is like his third time calling.
Hello.
Did you call on the show before?
Yeah.
Yes, I did call, and my
And I
number
think the guy
is
told you to take his number. I think it was
81 544 827 0881 544 827.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a whole lot. So we will go to this line and talk to this person. Hello.
Good morning, Nelson.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Godwin calling you from Pennsylvania. How are you today?
Great. Godwin, you left the live stream, you jumped in the call-in segment, but go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I was driving from where I couldn't be on the live. Yeah,
sure. So go ahead quickly.
I just got one a few minutes ago. Yeah, Nelson. Of all the candidates participating in these elections, Honorable Joseph Yimam Boakai is the man of the match. We listened to an interview I think a year or two ago, 2017, where the former president, Manar Ellen Johnson, said he spoke of Joseph Yimam Boakai. And it's no secret that she spoke about the character of Joseph Yimam Boakai. So, I mean, the minds of the Liberian people are made up. There is no amount of distraction can sway the minds of the Liberian people in voting Joseph Yimam Boakai to the presidency. And it's clear. The ratings are on the wall. We don't need a record scientist to come and tell us.
Thank you.
And as it relates to the issue of drugs, Liberia is, our country, Liberia is, it has gone back. It's going back to the dark days. And until the CDC government can leave office, our country will be restored. Everything that happens in that country, George Weah is in the know.
Thank you.
He's in the know, and he would not leave the hook. He will be punished.
Thank you very much.
For the sin he has committed to our country. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. We'll take the last two calls, and then we'll go back to everyone to do their closing. So we take a call from this line. Hello. Okay, so let's go here first. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Chris Kovula, calling from Kagata Highway.
From Kagata Highway.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys, thank you. You guys are doing well. But the only thing I want you to do, I know everybody you see there are from Liberia and they have an ethnic background. Let them try to be announcing sometimes he may be encouraging the people. Because not everybody understands English, and there are people who are now speaking. So I thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take another.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm getting your chat. They want to make a little suggestion.
Okay.
And my suggestion is, let me just ask a question. Which one of the government that have been taken over in Liberia and then build a place called Jamaica Resource? A few people discussing about jobs. So my suggestion is, if the government might leave in power, job building will be continued. If the government win again, it will be worse than before.
Thank you.
Because the people they are selling, there's no government at all in Liberia that we know of that build ever called Jamaica Resource that when you go, they sell the marijuana, they sue the other one, they will be selling it. So that's what I get to tell you people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, you just coming on. You just coming on, sir. You just coming on. You were off. You just coming on. So just kindly tell us your name and where you're calling from, and then you can make your point. You were off. You just coming on. So just kindly tell us your name and where you're calling from. There's something on. There's.
Hello, my name is Larry Penna.
There's something on. Wow.
Hello.
No. when you try to call on the show, make sure that you don't have your monitor on loud. You could just reduce the volume of the monitor. Reduce the volume of the monitor, or you walk away so that we can hear you, because we don't want to have that kind of distraction. But let's take the final call. Hello.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, ladies and gents. It's my first time calling on your show, and a very big thanks. Actually, my name is Eric Soto. I'm calling from the United Kingdom, specifically Manchester.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I don't know how you left it.
Let's simply look at the comments. People are asking you to put a mail number in the comment section.
Okay, so the number for the individual who just called. So let me do something. Let me verify the number. Let me try to verify that. I'll have to do the verification. But I think we can come back to you guys to start doing your closing, and then I will try to verify this number I have here. Yeah, so we can start with you, Toure. I want us to start with one Unity Party person. Let's start with Alfred. After Alfred, we'll go to Toure, and then yes, let's do it that way.
You know, for us who are public administration students, we say the reflection of the institution lies with the individual that leads it. George Weah has a bad reflection, and that is the reason why our country is going the way it is going. There is no respect for the rule of law from day one. My man, why you come here with your time building back?
Yeah, we have the timer set. You have 2 minutes to close. You have 2 minutes to conclude.
Yeah, okay. Quickly. So, like I was saying, when President Weah became president, the first thing the guys did was to break everything. Nobody can declare an asset up to now. If you Ali, we are saying how much Joe Weah had when he came to the presidency. They would tell you, say, Google it. We now Googling nothing. The man was broke. He came and scattered our country. The only solution we have now is to make sure we give him a one-term victory. And I'm sure everybody in the opposition here on this platform agrees with me. A one-term victory is the only solution. We cannot afford to give Joshua 1 day, even 24 seconds. We can't give it to him because the man has destroyed our country. And the only thing we can do is to say bye-bye to him with a one term. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. You did it in a very conscious time frame. Okay, so let's take Toure. Toure, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this madingo, right? Madame Aslamau, nonu ngoro mvau ani nonu. Election na October teletan ama. Joe Weah masaya auke gbalole munkoka. Joe Weah masaya auke toroyale munkoka. Jangaro kila basite d'autres sola. Ideunte tara lakuli bebela. Wali fote no kadu ni Vincent Foro kumate basima.
Voilà.
Telekele nyagba ya fisa karu woron ami san woron nyagbale de. Kafo itroya tele woro koro wa fisa sanyi woro le de. Mo kan sanyi woro le ma sanyi woro. Mo mi do ale masa belo mo mi afeka ke masa le jana mi kono ni mo mi afisa bele. Mo mi keto aya ko tala asebe nana wole tia won gonglo le. Tia won gonglo chomo ba mi tamana siana sian ya siami nan. Chomo ba mi tamana siana wole keto abola nyagba mikro. Mo UP mo wu mafene. Sanyi bebe tan ani fla. Ellen Johnson selikro moma kuye. Mo na sanyi woro taka di Joe Weah ma. Sanyi woro we. Drogu. Fla drogu ma ko kush. Kujo for upgrade ke kun. Aw na digbele ko tu.
1 minute to conclude.
Fait ko ke kule. I said I ta voté ti on gonglo. Numéro mine numéro woro. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we traveled this road before, we've been on this road before. At the end of the day, they say, show me a friend, I'll tell you who you are. If somebody tell you who you are for the first time, you probably gave them the benefit of the doubt. But when they show you who they are for 6 years, you know exactly what you're going to get from them. President George Manneh Weah election was an accident to begin with. Give him another 6 years would be catastrophic. a condition that you definitely don't want to subject yourself to, neither you want to actually set that up for the next generation. And for every generation, have a responsibility to set a new one for the next. And we are in our era right now. We have these rights to make these decisions, and we should do it right. And President George Manneh Weah have definitely dashed the hope and aspiration of the Liberian people. So vote him out, get him out. October 10th, vote Yaw Ongonglo. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Let's take let's take Prince, and then we'll come to Cindy.
Thank you so much. Next time I beat that man with a broom, my man. When you tell him I do the broom that day. Well, my Liberian people, again, as we always say on the show, the shoe is on your feet. I will always say that. You wear it. You the one call every day here to please help with school fee. You the one call every day here, please help with medication. You the one call here, please help him with food. And the most stress that gets on you, that the most stress that comes on us, because we cannot sit and see our sisters say, my son are in school, and you get hard out, you can't say it to them because you want that child to afford that education. You cannot see your sister or your auntie will sleep with hunger. Under George Weah regime, it has come to the stand like Liberians were fighting war. They fighting war. Where they used to cook 6:30 for the food to slip into your stomach. For the next day, 6:30. Liberian people, it's so simple and easy. The first thing first, on the 17th, which is this coming Sunday, tell the world you are tired, sick of Finabono, Jefferson Kochi, George Weah himself, Nathan Magay, the rest of them. Make a decision this time. We will not do it for you. If you listen to the American ambassador that left, he said, we're standing on the fence looking, but he left with Liberians to stand up and will come in. I hope you guys are looking. Please do not allow Finabono to come to the G Summit. They should be leaving tomorrow or day after. They should not. She should not be on this sword because she has encouraged our kids with a lot of drugs. The substances that in our country, we were born way back, it's too plenty. Common English, it's too plenty. We were even seeing this while they were fighting war. But on a normal regime, you see the flow of drugs in the country from the airport to the seaport. It's a disaster for us. Please, Liberian, make the decision this year. October 10 is right by you. We'll keep talking to you. Please vote number 2 on Joseph Yuma Boakai for better and better and better Liberia. I resolve.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we'll go to Cindy. Cindy, go ahead, sir.
Well, tonight we touched on a lot of important stuff. We talk about the issue of drugs. We talk about our broken economy. And we talk about Liberia in general. Our country is being put backward instead of moving forward. And that's why I try tonight to sell my candidate to you in the simplest way possible that I can. And hopefully I did my best. Our country needs a serious leader. A leader who is passionate to lead the Liberian people in the right direction. A leader who is able on day one to tackle the issues that are confronting our people. On this show, we have a lot of young people, youth, with few of our older brothers here. What that indicates is the love for our country. The young people are waking up. We are no longer sleeping and allowing older generations to steer the wheels of our nation. We are no longer taking the backstage. I want to leave here tonight by reminding you, Liberians, that the decision that will be made on October 10
will determine the future of you and the future of generations to come. If we make the mistake again and elect President Weah, we do know very well that our country will take a backward trend. And that's why we need to elect Mr. Alexander Cummings, who comes with a plan to face Liberia. There are a lot of issues that Mr. Cummings wants to address, starting with the economy, growing the Liberian economy so that all of us can enjoy our country, so that employment can be a thing again, so that Liberian young people will not be dependent on government officials for their survival.
Thank you.
I want to also caution you to be very peaceful. Our country, we may not have the level of peace that we want, but at least we have something we can build on it. Let us be peaceful these elections. Let us go to the election very peacefully. Don't allow these politicians to put you against your brothers and your sisters. Let us vote peacefully. Let us vote Mr. Alexander Cummings. And tomorrow, which is the 14th, I think it's the 14th now in Liberia, the ANC is having an official campaign launch. Please show up. Show up and let us do this together. Thank you. Let us
how can you launching? Yeah.
You want to put a ball on us? What you want to
No, asking how whole publicity been looking in it anyway.
We even know, my man.
You will see the people coming out tomorrow. They will
wish you well, bro. Wish you well.
So you take the launch from here, you carry all the way in Magibi County.
We take it to the people. Take it to the people.
So people not in Maserado.
No, they will come there too.
Oh,
people not get people in Maserado.
They will come there.
The people from Maserado getting continue to go Magibi.
You have to be strategic, right? Right, Sandy?
Yeah, exactly. Take to the people.
Okay. So let's take Rudolph. After Rudolph, we take Toure. Toure, you done, right?
Yes, I'm done.
Yes, okay, so after Rudolph, we'll take our sister here. We'll take Stem, and then after Stem, we take Sylvester. But go ahead.
My Liberian people, you know, when I was listening to Toure, I mean, I was tempted to speak to your impeller, but I won't be myself ashamed on that. So
I'm more impeller, you can't speak. So just forget that one. Make your point, my man.
You know, it's evident throughout Africa. I mean, majority of African countries have two-term presidency, right? And it's evident that most of these leaders or these governments, they use their first term to do their best and impress their people. And that case is not different from what we have in Liberia. We have seen it from the past up to now. Mr. George Weah and his government have used their first term to give you their best. They use the first term to campaign to you, to give you reasons to vote for them. And these reasons that they have given you, one is a failed economy, two, a very backward healthcare system, three, a high level of unemployment, and the drug usage in the country is just on a whole different level. These are this is their best people. If you're giving them a second chance, let me tell you something. Mr. Weah now within his head, he says, okay, you know what? This is my last term. I'm going to do all I can do. I'm going to embezzle, or I'm going to steal. Let me not use the big word. I am going to steal from you in every way that I can do, because guess what? I'm not coming back again to you to ask you for vote. So my people, let's not make this mistake. This is if you give Mr. Weah this chance, he's going to loot, like Plo says, on an industrial scale. He is going to loot to loot the state covers. He is going to send Liberia back in a
Thank
finish.
you.
We don't want this, man.
Thank you.
Let's vote for JMP.
Let's go to our sister's team.
They have space in our government. Tier 1 has a
Thank
space.
you.
Has a space.
Thank
Even
you.
Money has a space.
Oh, you say the man not married, but when I have to give you support, he has a space.
No,
but when
we
I
can
for
get
Liberian
him
people to
job,
vote
but
for
he
him, he
has
gets
to-
space.
No, we can get him
Okay,
job.
thank you. But Sam, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Rudolph can get tired. Initially, when I appeared on here, I said I'm not gonna do the down below the belt and nasty politics thing to go after anybody. But the people that do are the ones that go cry baby. By the time you say one thing, if I talk one thing in general, everybody will run head to scatter. They will say, I disrespect. I won't disrespect nobody. So I will credit your carrying in from. So the issues, the bread and butter issues is what Dr. Moniba represents. The things that affect our children, the things that affect our parents, the struggle in our country, the thing that made our country now reach to the point where everybody's so tense. You can't say anything, boom. Everybody on the offense. The toxicity of our politics right now is beyond anything you can imagine. There will be an October 10th, and after that October 10th, there will be Liberia. We all will have to coexist. We all will have to tolerate each other. Dr. Moniba is concerned about how the healthcare system is a total mess. In this day and age, to give birth. Maternal mortality is on the rise. In this day and age, people sit in that country and call other people honorable. People that when they are sick, they fly out of the country. While the citizens that vote for them don't have drugs. Every major hospital you go to today, they will get you paper and say, go buy the medicine different place. You got to find out the doctor said, get your own clinic, you get your own medicine. Under a Dr. Moniba's administration, that is a no-go. Before anybody can serve in a government headed by Dr. Clarence Moniba, you must live in that country. Your family must be in that country. Ain't no way your children will be in America, England, all the other countries, and then you ruling the people in Liberia that ain't even make no sense. How you expect the people to take care of you when the people found it in America? Their children going to Google school there. Your children ain't even got no chairs to sit on in school. My Liberian people, your vote right. Your demand your rights. Stand up for yourself. Vote right. Dr. Clarence Moniba is the game changer. He's the generational change that we want. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Sylvester, go ahead. And then after you, we'll take our sister Emin. And then Mobile we go.
All right, thank you. You see, when we come here, we should not dwell on speculations, gossip, and whatever, regardless of what party you represent. Because what you say about the other person with no proof, another person could also say something about your candidate with no evidence at all. So when we come here, it's about Liberia. And there are some things that are not necessary at all for us to move Liberia forward. All we're looking for is a good candidate, someone who is a leader, someone who is an example to transform the minds of to connect. Because I see there's a disconnect between the older generation and the younger generation. Someone has to be the bridge between that two to connect the older and the younger generation. So whatever way you go, that's fine. But we all can agree here that Josh Weah is done and he must go. Okay? He must go. So let us be careful about things that we say that we can't prove about the other person. And the next thing I want to see, I hear UP people saying they're launching on the 17th, on the 17th, on the 17th, on the 17th, which is good. But again, you got to watch out. The CDC is planning something on the 17th too. And that is something that is very dangerous. They're planning another 1 million concert at their so-called party headquarters. You guys need to look into it and push your kids forward. That would be chaotic.
Thank you. And then our sister Amy, and then my co-moderator Mobile will take us home.
Okay. Thank you once again for affording me the time to be on here and listen to all these bright minds and Liberians who care so much for the country and come here every night to make the case. Liberians. Yes, like Ruda said, I wish I could, speak what I want to speak, but I'm just gonna leave that alone. So let's focus on the other one, other organ, yeah, okay. So like Johnson was just saying, we have a problem in Liberia that there's a disconnect, which is very true because the older people, the younger folks look at the older people and they're like, oh, you are old now, you're dead. You don't need to, you don't know what we live in. Why they are still living in this age that you're living at, because your age is up there, so that means you don't know what, you don't feel anything, you don't know what we're feeling, which is very wrong. Okay. And for someone who lives in that country, who has seen what his people been going through, and he talks about it hurt him in so many ways. He has never been the one to have the final saying, to have that power to say, this is what I want to do. He has worked in government and stuff, but he has always had boss that higher than him. And that there's so much the Constitution is there. We cannot go above that. People, I know people try to set candidates a lot of times. They try to make it look like he was supposed to change the Constitution and do more than what the Constitution sending him to do. But no, not even in the great United States that we live, you cannot do that. You go by what your job title, what the Constitution says your job title is, and that's what you do. And JMB has never disconnected himself from the 12 years. He takes, and I hear people say he takes credit for it, and then the bad one, he said no. No, he doesn't. He takes credit for everything. For someone who said we squander opportunity, we could have done more. We did good stuff, but we could have done more. We had the opportunity, the first female president. There was a lot we could have done. I don't see that as somebody separating themselves from the bad and taking the good. I don't see it like that. Personally, you would not say yes, he did anything that was wrong. But institutional wise, yes, he was a vice president. So he has to take the credit for good and bad as well. But he wasn't the head nigga in charge. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He wasn't the person who had the final say. So now he's telling you, give me that amendment. Let me be the one to say, this is it. This is what I've decided. And see, you will see the change. And Liberians, give JMB that chance. And like I told you, I see it through him. He has lived it, and he walked it, and he talked it. Let's give him that chance. And plus, we all want to get rid of George Weah. He's the closest to that. We can, all the bright minds, all the other people in, but the numbers, it doesn't just add up. There will be, we don't want this to even go to a second round. Let us come together. Let us love our country like we have said we do. Let's not just speak it, but show it. And just put our personal ambitions aside right now and get this drugs and everything and get it out of our nation. I beg you, I beg you, I hold you for. And vote number 2, October 10. JMB. Thank you.
Come on here.
You can do that. They didn't say number 2.
But to put other hand down, man. You know, see something like
I said that's crazy. That I'm all that's crazy.
Okay, so Moba, take us home now.
Well, I'm an observer on the show tonight. Nursing.
Oh, I thought you did
backstage forever and got me an observer as well.
Okay, so close, Raymond, kindly close, and then Moba will take us home.
Our dear Liberian people, for your business, we can come here every night just to talk to you, because for us, you are the most important people. All of the people that say they won't be leaders, they should be telling you that they want to be your servants. And me, a young man, I know we the young people. I was one of those who said the older generation failed us. But it's a shame for me to say that the younger generation are more corrupt than the older people, because I've seen it, I've experienced it. And that's why I support Ambassador Joseph Yema Boakai.
What?
I'm a non-partisan.
No. Am I saying here that Raymond is a sedition in disguise? Raymond is a sedition in disguise all along.
That was a slip of tongue.
Revelation coming.
That's a slip of tongue. I support no political party. But why do I support Joseph Yema
Boakai needs to be careful with Raymond beginning tonight.
Is because I see in him wisdom and deep understanding. And I'm a student of understanding. I seek to know every day more than I know the day before. Every day that God gives me is a day to understand life and the things around me better. And I see it in him. Leadership is the reason why our country is where it is. And if we want sound leadership, we want someone who understands what he's doing and consider people first, we should go to Joseph Yema Boakai. That's why he said, think like Liberia, love like Liberia, and let us build like Liberia. With those three components absent, Liberia is going nowhere. He intends to have an inclusive leadership. That's why he's going to have Clarence Maliba, his nephew, on the team as a minister. He's a good minister and can become one. That's why he's going to have ABC on the team. He comes from corporate America where he sold sugar water and make millions. Say he know how to do that? He will get in a business. He will do business. He will go head commerce or National Investment Commission. Gonglo, a man that I respect, an astute lawyer. The justice system is bleeding. He's going to correct it. He's not going to be there knocking his chest and thinking he's a gorilla or ape or strong man. It's not a strong man show or youthful, exhibiting youthfulness to show that you're good. We need inclusive leadership, no segregation against any Liberian. All Liberians can play a part. The old, the young, the women, the children. I stand for all and not against any. Anyone who stands for one against another, they're not a good meaning Liberian. So let us come together. Whether you're from the Gonglo camp, whether you're from ABC camp, whether you're from Maliba camp, come on the same team and let's show George Weah it's time for him to go home. Because it's time for him to have who have done a lot that have hurt you. He's the reason why you go to bed hungry. He's the reason why.
Thank you, sir. Let's you there, Raymond. Thank you. We have to go.
The reason why today our country is infested with drugs.
You've exhausted your time, Raymond.
The 17th, which is Sunday, is going to be a green Sunday. The small parties, some of them even going to get 1% vote. So y'all please come and let's show up and let's protest against this current government and all the suffering going on. Sunday that the day for it.
Which are they green there? But I see white already not green. So that green, that's not green.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Green and white. Okay, you can just look out to red. You can look out to red. Green and white.
Nelson, I just want to say, I've seen a lot of people do this. I just want to put it out there. His name is not Moluba. He is Moniba, not Moluba.
Monima.
I can't say how I feel when I get my name, mispronounced and stuff like that. And it's not in no way, I'm just saying it. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're saying that in America, what we live,
we will know how to pronounce it.
No. We're not going there.
People,
American people,
that's what they will deal with it. I'm talking about on here. People are listening to us, So we have to put it out there and say what's right, so that way people can understand.
No problem.
So I see a lot of people asking about the brother who called concerning his issue. Yes, some people reached out for his number, but I will reach out to him today. Maybe we'll do an interview, a very short one that we can play. I want to verify this individual. It's easier for anyone to say somewhere and call on the radio and say, "Oh, I have this problem." But I want to verify it, so I will try to find him today since I have his number. I just spoke with him, and then we can see what the situation is. But again, I want to say thanks to everyone. Baba, you don't have to close. I mean, what different are you going to say? Everyone from the Unity Party have already
recitation.
My man, I get my rap, my man.
Okay, Baba, take 20 seconds, sir. Take 20 seconds.
Just 1 minute, please, before we go.
5 partisans.
Just a few seconds, right? My dear sisters, but from Norfolk County, what we have, there's different accent for the same name. So one name can have several articulations. I'm from Lofa. So I take the correction, but the correction comes with an information. There are several articulations for one language. Example, my name is
It's not Monuba, the man is Monimba. Just take it.
No, but she's telling you how he pronounced it.
Thank you. Moba, please close. Moba, close. Let's go.
All right. So, my Liberian people, we here again. 12:36 a.m. in the United States. We can't sleep. We at work. We're doing our busy schedule. Like today, I was a little bit busy. My supervisor sent me somewhere to go make a lot of checkup. And I still 2 hours, 30 minutes, and now I'm to my side. We're doing all this because of you guys. We want the best government to help you guys. Job creation in the medical sector, the justice system. I will close by telling you guys, go October 10th. Go vote JMB. The only man that can change that story. The only man that can make things right. The only man that can develop your country. That man I want Mary make. That man I get nowhere to carry money. My Liberian people, let me tell you about the thing they call Mary May because I want to speak the B1. The man I want blood. He don't want to be passing around with BB shoe, enjoying himself around. He already simple. He wear a B trousers, a B shirt, he want ugly shoe. The only thing you want for him to do like your work.
Oh, so you say you're standing there wearing B trousers,
my man.
No problem.
My man.
He didn't mean that.
People that picture of you. People that
and we didn't want to go to sit down one of them.
Why you say JMB wearing B-shirt,
I'm simply trying to tell the Liberian people that.
No, you sounding like Representative Koluba who said he would
no, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're not the trust looking out. They're not the share looking. They're not the shoe. The thing is looking. Not going well Louis Vuitton. Listen, he's not going well Louis Vuitton.
Undercover CDC man. I'm looking.
Let me conclude, right? The men are going buy Louis Vuitton. No, you're not going buy all the expensive things. No, you will use your money. The money the Liberian people say, oh, I want money. Oh, they're buying plane, they're buying day, they're buying that. That man will use your money to open company. We get company here in America. Yeah, we're not waiting for them to tell say, just Yman Bouaka, the president, then bring the company. We can tell you for sure. We know some of the company. The only thing we're waiting for Joseph Bouaka to be president. You're making president. Your children will work. We're not saying we're not here to lie to you because I want to speak the big English. Let me speak the someone. We're not lying to you. We get it in our hand. You're the Liberian people now to put all there. The moment we get there, things change.
So no. We understand that point. We understand that point. But where you come from with it B transfer?
Yeah, because I'm simply trying to tell the Liberian people.
Nasty, I can't.
They picture yourself will not do justice. They picture will not do justice.
Nelson, when we're coming up, you have baggage.
My man.
No, so if the old man,
my man, no problem. We agree. Anything else, we agree.
So Nelson, right? I was trying to give the Liberian people information and you muted me. But people are speaking randomly. I come from Lofa County. The word, the name,
I'm discussing politics about
I provided information, bro. We're all speaking randomly, right? When someone wants to provide information, I stand to be challenged. I'm from Lofa County. The word,
nobody challenging you. You win.
Bro, allow me to speak.
No. Give our brother Raymond to learn his thoughts. Yeah.
Let him speak now.
The name Moluba and Moniba. I'm telling you, I'm from Lofa. Are the same names? It's just a matter of articulation. Okay. Which segment of Lofa is pronouncing the name? It's the same name. If you go to the next segment of Lofa, they will pronounce it the other way.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you for the
30-second closing.
Mama, hold on.
No,
Everybody finish doing closing.
I'm
Not
finished.
close here again.
No, I was talking. You're interfering. No. You're interfering in my closing. I never
Motherboard, you are the co-host. It's okay.
Relax, chill.
It's okay.
Chill. You're not close. You're not to everything. You're working with me again. So now you can't repeat the same thing. Relax.
It's okay.
Raymond, thank you for your articulation suggestion. But my standard bearer name is Moniba, not Mulba.
And I agree with you when I went further than that. I agree with you and I went further than that. So it's not an issue of dwelling on it.
No, you're dwelling on it because you're trying to, instead of going back and forth,
I'm providing information. You learn from one another. I accepted your information and I went further than that.
I'm from Lofa. I'm a Sia. My dad is from Rofa. Rofa, Foya this way. You know they go Foya this way? And okay, I'm serious. I'm serious. You're not the only one from Lofa. I'm from Lofa.
Probably I understand a little more.
Yeah, I
understand a little more.
Yeah, I'm just saying
you win.
That's my area, mass communication. It is wrong to mispronounce someone's name as long as it's spelled out the way they want it to be.
I got it.
You are right.
Beyond that.
So there's no
So why you dwelling on that?
We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you very much for your participation today on the show. I'm sorry.
Nelson, before you
we're not going to go back and forth on the cultural thing.
Why you missionary?
Nelson, before you close, let me guess. I mean,
I'm a rescue missionary.
What Sylvester said is very serious. Unity Party is taking that very seriously because the NEC gave everybody a day to launch the campaign. So Jawa is saying we're getting that information from our sources in Liberia that they want to have a rally on the 17, where will be coming from PJN. When they
but listen, Prince, I know you're talking about the CDC, right? Okay, but great. We pulled up a statement here a couple of days ago.
Saturday. We did it on Saturday.
Yes, where even the chairman of the CDC calling all partisans to stay home. The spokesperson of the CDC, the spokesperson of the CDC campaign, Kanyo Bagbala, also made a similar statement that they were canceling or suspending all campaign activities for the on the 17th across the country.
Yeah.
So
they say when the blind man say he will chunk you.
No, but again, at this time, listen. Let me say this. We should also be very careful as to how we run with information we receive, especially during these electoral periods, because people give out information based on where they sit. You know, some people want to sensationalize things, so they will say it a certain way, or put their own thing there, and so forth. So let's be honest
I'm speaking from fact. A flyer was created and circulating.
Who created the flyer? How authentic is the flyer? That's another thing. Maybe we should.
What are you talking about?
So Nelson, my input here is we live in Liberia and we know how information go around. And I know CDC
and we don't take it lightly.
This thing. They put out information and
we'll do our information and come back.
Thank you so
much. Maybe they just trying to put fear in people.
We even know before
people.
But look, before even Spoon was shut down, we saw who spoke about it and it came to pass. So we can't say because it wasn't.
That's right. That's right. And we don't take that lightly. We will.
I mean, we'll take it come out
and take it up to
I want to say thank you to everyone, man. Thank you for showing up here for the first time. Our sisters team. Thanks a lot. We enjoy the Dr. Monoba vibe that you come with. We hope we can make up time to be here always. And not in the comment section. I think we saw you in the comment section and then we dropped the link and you were able to come on. Thanks a lot.
That was good.
Our brother Rudolph, thanks for being here, supporting JMB, but coming under the disguise of young people. You said you represented young people. Deep down,
the conscious minded ones who are willing to
Emmanuel, Nelson. Rudolph did not go that. You remember when I said you people ain't getting plenty here. We need to start putting someone out the back.
Then he changed. Yeah, then he changed and moved to young people. But you people man, my man. Thank you. Sylvester, I see you trying to show something. I see you trying to show something.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, we're not seeing it because of the green screen or whatever background you
man.
there.
Your background.
I think appearing like these I don't know how to call it, but
okay, it says Blue Revolution Union CDC.
Okay, throw it in the chat room. We can take it out from there.
September 17th. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, throw it in the chat room.
I got something to say though. Hello. Yeah, everybody always complaining about you be having a lot of people here. I think Nelson put the link in the chat room, right? And everyone is in there. So
and you're in the comment section.
That's true, right. Man. So if UP is the only one who's taking up the invitation, I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, we're just saying like.
But I mean,
if someone come on, right? Somebody should give a spot.
Well, I'm not UP. I'm just a missionary. I'm not UP, but.
Yeah, I mean, even when they open the line, for the caller to call, I want you tomorrow. Let's see. Everybody start checking. You will see how many people call.
Thanks, guys.
Before we go, right? They coming Sunday, right? They coming Sunday. I will talk to my man behind closed door, my United people, right? They coming Sunday when the people having the parade, right? When we're launching our Sunday, when the people going live, we're going to be in the studio, we'll pay for that time. We're going to get on live.
No, listen. Say you bring the payment aspect now. Y'all not just paying for the time, but y'all will pay me also for sitting here because if you paying for the time, I airtime.
I will read to my brother.
We got a chat room. Let's discuss that in the chat room, please. Let's discuss that in the chat room.
Listen, CDC parade all day.
I know.
Prince, you in the chat room? Prince, you in the chat room, right?
CDC parade.
And we know where to get everybody from.
Good. That is. They coming Sunday. They come in Sunday.
Malva, we know where to get everybody from. Malva, some things come on air with it.
And then what we'll do, we'll pay for our time and they will carry our event live.
Malva, let's discuss that in backstage.
My man, we got to say the people right now. That's secret. We're not going to get him moving back.
Malva, it's strategic. When you play and you...
Okay, guys, we got to go.
Strategic planning, you don't bring out your
I was in the back for long. Let me just say this.
No problem.
Let me just say this. I was in the back for long. I was saying that quietly, but let me say this.
Go to one.
2005. Another
story.
What would the CDC? Wait. Let me tell you the strategy. We used to cause a problem. Then Solomon Jordan go and free up from G. We know the strategy. So when they come all with the teenagers, all they want have that rally. We're not taking it for a joke. Let me just send this caveat to the CDC people. Hey, y'all throw rack. We will throw rack. This time around, we're not drawing back. That only language you understand.
Okay.
Only 17 people coming out to show the Liberian people that we are ready to move your president.
But not small right, you will throw right from your way to Liberia, not small right.
All right, be there.
Guys, we want to say thank you, man. Thank you, Alfred, for being here. Thank you, Rudolph. Thanks to you, Prince. Thank you.
No, but the UP leaders still need to take that to they still need to look behind that though.
But I don't know how many of you UP people, you're not high. Did you guys capture when we say
we discuss our issue because
Steam left already.
I said where Clarence Moneyback living?
No. Let me say the man on the show.
Money back. And I even the way my dear sister articulated his name, the name is Money
Labura. So it's not Jack Money. I mean not Jack Money.
No, we need a show to be quiet, man. We need a show to be quiet, man. But I want to say thanks to you guys. We appreciate you. I mean, they're not coming by. They get any problem to bring it down.
I get lots of nobody here. Roman tell you make it to the whole show. Nobody can stop it. That boy.
But Nelson,
Sammy, you're nice seeing you on here though. What's some real? The voice has become synonymous to the midnight show.
Yesterday.
Somebody just said on the chat room. I mean, in the comment section.
What is it?
your voice make them smile.
Smile, yeah. That's why I come here.
I need to go run for president.
Okay, guys, thank you, man. Thanks to everyone.
But Nelson, don't forget again. Nelson, don't forget again. We talk about that little girl. Don't forget again.
Yeah, please.
The little
13-year-old girl.
You know,
that's my. Or if you want, I can get Senator Dillon a call tomorrow. If you want, I can get Senator Dillon a call tomorrow or Friday.
No, but the first thing is that
needs to be rehabilitated. That's
you have to establish contact with the girl first.
Yeah, with her family and stuff.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. That's not what I thought. We asked you to please see how you. I know you right now. You leave. You're going to relax yourself a little bit. I know that, but please try for us, please.
And Nelson, for that guy, please, that engineer student, because I've got him play before. I've got him play before. Somebody have sent me picture with their legs, everything messed up. We need to go figure out that person was playing me, to be quite honest. So
really?
I mean, if he can make a move there, see the guy is legit, will contribute.
That's horrible.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna do it.
It's not gonna be people that made people, people who really need their help, people like that. They block it for everybody because once you come up with a scam like that, somebody who really need help, then everybody looking at them like they're probably faking. It's not real.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody's suffering. Everybody wants someone to
thanks to everyone, man. Thanks to everyone.
I think the cash should not go into his hands.
I was saying something. He just sent me off.
I was thinking that. Since 2005 story.
I can see why people having problem. That's the money back. You know, like
right. The cash will not go in hand.
You know what I mean? Like not having a spot.
Oh yeah. I think that's a point. You're making a very good point.
The cash should not go in hand. Let he identify, verify who's doing the treatment, the medical facility, and the money goes there, not in his hand.
I want to say thank you.
Who knows you have been receiving money before you?
The guy said he has generated 200. Yeah, so
let us go and see a condition, and then come back to us. Then whatever we can do,
we're gonna display that right on the screen here. Once I do that, that interview will be played right on the screen here before we talk about any other thing. So thank you
very much.
Good night,
everyone.
Good night, guys. It was nice being here.
All right. Good night.
Nelson.
Okay, don't answer my question. I want to see Moniba. Where he living?
Later on.
Who living that, bro?
Okay.
Where?
The man. I taking you from the stream, man. Nobody come do that thing.
We don't want that man to come on. You know what I mean?
My man, no, I know what you mean. That's why I taking you from the stream.
The man put you to the region again,
yeah. But guys, we want to say thank you, man.
My man. Thank you for the show, man.
Thanks a lot, brother. Yeah.
You sacrificed, my man. All right, brother.
Yeah, bro. See you.
All right.
So, folks, we want to say thank you for making up time to be here with us on the late night show. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for participating. We appreciate your contribution on the show. And I'm Nelson Collier. Will be here tomorrow with another edition of the program. Until then, have for yourselves a good night. Let's remember, Liberia is all we have. Let's keep the peace. And bye-bye for now.
Yes, a special one from the CEO, Stanton with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.